There we are. Good evening, everyone. I feel very tiny in my little box up here, but you know what? It is what it is.
It works out. This looks good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a simple way to do a layout for a Discord call, a multi-person Discord call that is, because we have on here Brandon Sheffield, who people may know from Insert Credit Podcast and many other things.
Many other things. Yeah. Hello. It's me. I'm here.
Yeah, it's really cool to have you on. I've wanted to have you on like previously, and I thought like, oh well, this game's coming out, so this is a perfect way to ask him if he wants would want to be on here with us.
Yeah, well, I mean, Coury, why don't you say like kind of how this came together? Because I mean, you two have sort of very briefly like kind of brushed against each other's arms, crossing paths, sort of working on at least one project. Like,
yeah, I mean,
together.
We didn't
mostly unknown to each other, working on it at the time.
Yeah, I guess I kind of forgot about that.
No, it's totally all right because I mean, well, like that was 2018 or whatever, 2019. It feels like a lifetime ago at this point.
Yeah, that was in the first half of humanity, and now we're in the second half. Exactly.
So. You know, it's funny. I just saw this thing where because I turned 40 in 2019, like right before 2020, and it was like, okay, now next month I'm going to be 47, like, or it is just, I mean, well, I guess, yeah. I mean, yeah. So it's crazy to think that like I've spent my entire 40s like in this after era.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and it's just gone so fast. Like it feels like it's simultaneously gone blindingly fast and so slow. And also like almost like nothing's happened, but everything's happened.
Mm-hmm. But I guess we worked on Samurai Shodown Collection together. Is that right?
Yeah. I was a video editor on the interviews that you shot and conducted the interviews.
Yeah, the ones I did in Osaka, I guess, probably.
Yep.
Nice.
I think there might have been 6 or 7 total videos, I think. But yeah, I mean that was like the first thing that I did for Digital Eclipse. I've done some video editing for them on different stuff. I did some like interviews for like the Atari collection and some promo things, but
I missed out being in the video for the Atari collection because I was under some crunch situation, but they needed someone who could speak positively about the Jaguar. And I was like, that's me. This is what I was born to do. But I didn't have time to go in, and so sadly nobody gets to hear me singing the praises of the Jaguar on that collection. It's a real shame.
Yeah.
Talk about Highlander.
Yeah, Highlander. I mean, at least that one's not on there, but there's what is it? The Trevor McFur
and Crescent Galaxy
soundtrack.
No sound. Didn't have time to put it in. Needed a launch game. Ridiculous. But then you could just play your own music in the background. It's nice.
But that collection's amazing, and it just keeps on getting better. I haven't tried the Namco stuff that they just added to it, like the Pac-Man and everything.
I haven't either.
But yeah, I mean, so we worked like, you know, I knew your name, but I didn't really know like the stuff that you had done. And then I think probably like late 2020. Maybe it was. I mean, when did you guys restart Insert Credit? Was it 2020?
Which restart? We I don't remember. Yeah, I think it was 2020. I think it was.
Okay. Then it must have been like 2021 that I saw Frank at a convention. And he was like, "Oh, you know, like I do this podcast." And then from that point on, I like subscribed to it, and it was like I listened to it every time I was mowing the lawn. And then it became like every Monday I'm walking my dog. Like that's, you know, it takes like a day or two to get through it.
Mm-hmm.
And like I'm picking up my kids at school and they're listening to you guys on the way home.
We got the new generation.
Yeah. And you
Good.
know, like my son especially, he's 10. He gets a kick out of it, and he always like learns something. I feel like there's something where at one point it had come up in a conversation where you talked about like Star Peroger, and he came home and he's like, "Can I play that?" So I like booted it up on the Mister.
That's good.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, for someone who like primarily only plays Roblox, it's nice for him to be able to get, you know,
Yeah,
into like
show
some other
show the
stuff.
youth about the PC Engine. Give 'em the
Exactly.
truth.
Exactly.
Exactly.
I remember where were we going, Coury? There was
We were going the limited run for their store opening.
oh, that's right. We went to that event. Yes.
Yeah.
So you were like, okay, I want you to like listen to this podcast because I think it's very fun. And I was like, oh, so this is that guy that like I see his social media like reposted everywhere. Like your avatar, like your social media avatar is just like one of those faces that you just like. Even I'm not a social media guy. Like I despise all forms of social media.
That's fair.
But you know, when I would see like an article, like, you know, you were just one of the prominent faces that was always like, here's what this important person is saying about this person of notoriety.
That just shows I'm on social media too much, I think.
Well, you know, you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
It's funny because like we stopped posting on Twitter for a long time, and we did this analog 3D video that came out, and that was the first post that I've made on there in probably like 7 months or so, just because I definitely feel as though like it sucks, but since we stopped posting there, like our numbers have gone down a lot. But it's just like kind of part of it. But
well, I think
you know,
I think YouTube's algorithm is the bigger problem.
Yeah,
you don't
that's
actually get a lot
probably
of outside external traffic, to be honest.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's not how
this
YouTube
is a preview for something I planned to say on my own show. But we you know, I love Blue Sky. I use Blue Sky primarily. But I still have an account for my company Necrosoft on Twitter. And you know, I prefer Blue Sky, and I don't like Twitter, but one has to admit, reach-wise, you can get a whole lot more bigots on Twitter.
That's true. That's true that we're finding are all bots at this point.
You want your racists, you want your bots, you want your homophobes. Got to go to Twitter. You just can't reach them otherwise. So anyway, that's my joke. But I posted something on there about on our official company thing about how we'd rather cut our arms off than use AI. And I tell you what, the kinds of things people were saying on there would have gotten you banned forever from that website back in the day. It was just like 500 posts a day of like racist slur, homophobic slur, kill yourself, like just all day.
Yeah, of course, that's what.
Yeah. And so I had like the weird opposite thing happen of what used to happen, where like every once in a while there would be some nice supportive person in the mentions, and I'd be like, "What are you doing here? Why are you here? If you're a nice person, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
What are you doing?"
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, I don't.
There's definitely a lot of people that just never switched over, and I part of me I can understand why somebody wouldn't want to like switch.
Oh yeah, you don't want to start again. It's hard. It's hard.
Yeah. But I just feel like the atmosphere on Blue Sky and the way that everyone, like most of the time, I feel like everyone is like really involved and kind of, you know, there's always like a discussion, you know, happening. And it makes me feel like that's what Twitter used to be like a long time ago.
Yeah, if you like a text-based social media platform, it's much nicer. Much nicer.
Right.
So
well, should we get moving on the game here?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
So I played like, well, I don't know if that's the time or the number of minutes I've played, but it's not long. So yeah, we get to this town square.
Okay, so you're skipping right over the intro.
Well, yeah, because I mean, it's, you know, the tutorial battle. I think people will get the idea dropping in from here. Basically, we have arrived in this town. My main character here seems to be kind of obsessed with the idea of battling demons for unclear reasons.
Mhm.
And, we're
Because her grandfather told her to. She's got a prophecy. Well, I guess we'll find that out in a minute.
Yeah, and we arrived here on a boat. Some like Yakuza looking thugs sort of made us fight them. Supposedly demons, maybe, I don't know, but let's see what happens.
So I put I want to say like 4 or 5 hours into it so far, and I really like it. I like the battle system. It took me a little bit of time to wrap my head around it. But I mean, what I want to know is how did that even come together? Like, how did you even figure that out? That's how you wanted it to flow.
Yeah, it's a weird one. We were trying to come up with the first thought was, what is the smallest grid that you could make a tactics game in? We eventually abandoned that, but that was the very tip of what we were thinking about.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, once I abandoned that idea, so there was a prototype of that, but that became something else.
Because your grid here is I would say it's bigger than Live Alive, right?
Yeah, and there are bigger grids than the ones you've seen as well.
And I would argue that Live Alive isn't really a tactics RPG, although it kind of masquerades as one.
Basically I was doing this tiny tactics grid idea, and then my friend Junk Boy, who was the art director on Minecraft and does a lot of really nice pixel art mock-ups, I asked him to kind of do envision a visualization for it, and the one that he did was so good that I had to change the game entirely. It just looked too nice, and so I don't know if it makes sense for me to look for this, but I could possibly find it for you and put it up here. Maybe that's not good TV.
But what I've always felt is true for all of your games is the sprite work is incredible.
Thanks.
And it just this continues that. Have you worked with the same people for a lot of your games?
Yes. I don't know if this is gonna work, but you see that?
Might need to.
Am I streaming it? Am I sharing it?
It is. Try. You're gonna have to hit watch stream on there, and it should show up perfectly in there.
Oh.
Hang on. Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. So the initial early idea was a 5x4 grid that had it wound up scrolling us off the screen. That's it. There we go. 5x4 grid where that was basically rock paper scissors, five element rock paper scissors. So I was thinking about old tactics RPGs where you got axe beats, sword beats, whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
And it was and then sometimes off to the side there would be two other ones that would also loop together, that this one beats that one. So I was doing that with just and you would push and pull on each of these lanes how much you were winning or losing depending on what element you had. And this is the mock-up that Junk Boy did, and I was like, this is too good for this simple stupid idea, because the idea was really it was a small idea. It wasn't it wasn't going to be a big game, this thing. And yeah, so I liked it too much. We wound up not using any of his characters, but except for one, the green one there, we actually use. But some of the earlier mock, like, let's see, how about this one? Yeah, see that?
It's still showing the same one. No, wait for.
Yeah, I can get it. I can get it.
I have to ask real quick here. I'm guessing the answer is no because this is just so silly. But I feel like this run animation. It reminds me of the dude in Blast Corps when you get out of your vehicle and he runs around with this like very sort of animated arm swinging.
Yeah, so to your question, we do work with the same people a lot now, and Catherine Menabde, she's our lead 2D artist. And she has kind of like, she went to college for animation and stuff. And so she was doing this exaggerated run cycle thing. But yeah, just what I'm showing here now is the one of the earliest implementations of the battle system, a lot of temporary UI and stuff. But you can sort of see that we were early on basing our stuff kind of off of Junk Boy's designs for quite a while. But then we changed stuff, and yeah, let's see. We wound up with this kind of school thing, the school theme. Earlier version had basically like more of a Neko Atsume type thing going, if you remember Neko Atsume. There was like the cat clicking game where you would put certain objects down and they would interact with them or not. So there was early on like no map, no running around. It was all just like clicking stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then it changed. It was some more early stuff. A lot of this is in our art book.
Yeah, I was gonna say I noticed that there was an art book of like a supplement available.
Yeah. Yep. A lot of early things that we just got rid of. So this was some of Catherine's early design attempts when we were figuring some stuff out. Yeah, this is not really in order, but just blasting through. Yeah, our characters looked very different at the very start. You can still kind of tell that's Faye. Namako looks much more like herself. She never changed that much. But yeah, it was very, very different. Anyway, I won't. I'll stop doing that. I don't want to get too much of that out there. But yeah. But so after abandoning the initial idea because the art was too good, I started thinking about, well, like how I really like efficiency in tactics games. Like in Jeanne d'Arc on the PSP, I really like how they just made a lot of stuff easier for you as a player to just like go through and do the things that you want. And I loved especially how they, when you were like in your super powered, so for those who don't know, Jeanne d'Arc is basically like, it's like Sentai Joan of Arc with some furry characters in it for some reason also.
And goes some interesting directions.
It does. But essentially you have like an Armor of God transformation that you can do. And once you're in that version, if you kill an enemy, you get another turn. And I really liked that because you could have all your other characters hit them once, and then you could like sweep through with your shinier characters. And I just thought that was really neat. And so I started thinking about what could we do to reduce the number of clicks that a player has to make when doing tactics. And so that's where we came up with this idea of just essentially moving in straight lines and sidesteps.
Right.
And
so the sidestep is interesting because that's the ability that uses your AP, which is your like turn pool of stuff, and then the move after that is free, so you can really easily like.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I shouldn't say easily because I'm still just getting the hang of it, but like you can sort of start to figure out how to line enemies up in an efficient way. So like I weakened this one enemy, and then that's going to knock that enemy back into that other. But like the way the grid here works, like your characters like go as far as they can automatically. So you don't like if I wanted to move to this tile here, I don't have to click that tile. I just have to click any tile in that direction, and the character moves as far as they can.
Yeah. So that's the kind of efficiency stuff we were trying to do. If you restart this battle, I can show you how to do it maximally efficiently. If you want.
Yeah, I want to. That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
If you just hit start and you can restart it from.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like things in this where it's like, okay, you failed. You can easily quickly start over.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So basically, like
you,
like the dots in the lower corner, until you can't spend any more of those, you like plan out the move, and you can like go back to the beginning if you're not happy with how it plays out. But what we're doing here is not like actually doing all the moves. We set it up, and then we hit the triangle button to like play for it to actually play out for real, and that's when we've like committed.
Yeah. So if you sidestep to the left with Faye, sorry, the other left.
Oh. You can just hit circle anytime.
To her
oh,
left.
I see. Yeah. So we've already got a line.
Yeah. So hit all those guys in a line, and then do it again. That kills them. Go straight with Namiko. I think this should work. Or
she can't hit an enemy.
Well, she can if you can get them in between them.
Yeah, I don't think I did this right either.
But I think that's crazy because every single battle has a way to do it.
It does have an optimal way, but this will still be good if you maybe sidestep to the left.
From her starting position.
And then go past Faye.
Oh, good. So they can go through each other.
And then just stun that one guy. I think that's actually good enough for now. Yeah. Sorry. There. I think there was a more optimal way, but I wasn't. It's tiny on my screen. Anyway, you can just set it going.
How because it says no AP, but I do have AP.
No, so each character's first turn uses 1 AP. Their first action costs 1. Their second costs 2.
It's like Valkyria Chronicles, where like they can only move so much further within a phase.
Valkyria Chronicles was very much. This is sort of like a visual distillation of the Valkyria Chronicles movement system.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's really cool.
So okay,
that was a big.
I can't really do anything with anyone at this point. So I just hit triangle, and what you'll see is the like the cool fight actually play out.
Yeah.
That we just set up. So like
and
the enemies are back,
the geysers
bam,
of blood.
bam.
And we can sort of overlap them.
More spawn then.
More spawn.
But now I only have to actually kill the quota of 6.
That's right.
Yeah.
To exit the level.
Yeah. So here's what I'd do here is I would take Faye and hit that guy right in front of you.
Okay, and she has her special now.
Yeah,
well.
But I like to use it on the second move because her special is very much influenced by Jeanne d'Arc. If you kill with her special, then it costs 0 AP. So it's beneficial to use it when Faye would cost more because you're essentially saving more action points.
I thought the special didn't cost anything, so it does cost whatever it would cost.
The special it's the special itself doesn't cost anything. It's the move that costs something. But if you kill an enemy while the special is activated for Faye, then it does not cost anything. So try now taking her and sidestepping to the left, activate the special, with square,
Yep.
and then you'll see when you hit that guy that it didn't cost anything.
And
And
at
so
this
now-
point, I could just move either one to the exit, and I'd
You
beat
could,
the
but you
level.
could also just kill this guy by having Namako pass through him diagonally up there. Now, because Faye only spent a small amount,
She can.
since
Oh no, wait.
she
can't
can
s-
go and kick him again.
Oh, she can sidestep and then hit diagonally.
Kill him, and then Namako can go stand on the tile there.
Cool. And then
There you
It's
go.
simple but complicated. It's
I
great.
guess
But the
I
thing
just
I
hit
was thinking about
triangle. Yeah, there we
was how many times did you have to rewrite the descriptions of like explaining this to people? Like, because you got to explain it in as few sentences
Yeah.
as possible.
Yes, a few times, and I don't know that I don't know that without doing like extreme hand holding, we could really, really get people to do it. Like to know exactly how to do it. It ultimately requires playing around and use it, like, because you can rewind and fast forward your moves, rewind and redo your moves every time, anytime you want in the planning phase. And so we hope that people would just like experiment and figure it out. We don't want to.
And like
It's always hard to figure out how much to like tell people exactly what to do
Right.
and how much to let them discover.
And I can't imagine any single battle could take that long, really.
No, they don't. They generally don't take very long. And that was one of the big things about it. I think for some folks that we've seen playing, it takes a while for them to figure out simply how to interact with the battle system. But once they get it, it's it's very fast.
Yeah.
It's at least fast to do the things that you're trying to do. Reasoning through it may not necessarily be fast, but the action of doing it is quick.
It gets a bit more complex when you get to when you fight a boss, because they change and move around a whole bunch. I just fought the first boss earlier today, and but it's a good challenge. You know, you see what's going on and what you need to avoid. And
I enjoy the CRT in the classroom.
Oh, so that's the thing. You know, at first they talk about Y2K at the beginning, and I was like, is this just like at some point in time where they don't specifically say it? But it takes place in 1999. It took me a little while to make that connection, because you don't find that out specifically, even though I think it says it when the date comes up.
Right.
But if you don't, it's kind of small. So if you don't see that, they don't specifically say, oh, Y2K is happening in a few weeks.
Yeah, because you know, it's like they wouldn't say, here we are in 1999. So, but I hope that people get the flavor of it when they see that, like, there's the CRTs around. In the computer lab, it's all big chunky monitors.
Yep.
The one guy who's always on his phone has like a big chunky feature phone.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, we somehow didn't catch that he was originally holding a smartphone for until 2 months before we launched the game.
Really?
Because we just, I remembered the artist didn't think about it, and she just drew up a contemporary phone, and I kind of it like slid away for me, because my buddy in 1999, he had like the newest, fanciest phones, and he had this really tiny, really thin one, and so I just kind of logged it away as something like that. But then I looked at it again, I was like, no, that's a smartphone. We gotta get that thing out of here. It's 1999.
That's when I got my first cell phone. I think that's when I went away to college. It was an audio Vox, and he had, like, it was a little bit longer, and you pulled the antenna out.
Yeah, my first cell phone was also when I went to college, which was in 1999.
Same.
So
Yeah, okay.
Well, except 2002
yeah, I went to college in 1999, so this is it's very
Oh,
appropriate
it's
for me.
sort
yes.
of autobiographical.
Mhm.
Sort of.
Yeah. Oh, there's a lot of stuff in here that I feel is, just like based on like what I know about you from the podcast and stuff.
Yeah.
Like
Well, there's
specifically lots of VHS stuff, and
yeah, there's a lot of me in here. That's for sure. I wrote all the reviews that you can
Oh yeah,
read. Yeah.
I got a kick out of the snake facts
Nice.
in the newspaper.
You could also go to if you want, you can hit triangle to get to the map quickly.
Mhm.
And go to the town square and talk to the census keeper and drop a coin in the fountain. Just get
Is that what the question mark or like special
question
Yeah.
marks? Yeah.
It'll
So
tell you
the-
like where there's things to do, where things for you to do. But it's worth visiting the places that don't have things listed to do because you can talk to people.
Yeah. The census taker. So everybody in this world is losing their memory, basically constantly, except for our main characters. And the census taker just reports how many people there are on the island, and very diligent at doing their job. And every week the number goes down. So that's just a little flavor thing. Yeah, there's a lot of just little things you can do in the world if you feel like it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this I don't know why you can't get through there. There's some little spots where it's looks like you can get through, but you can't. Yeah, nothing happened this time, but
Ah,
I do it
Yeah,
every
you
time it gives me the option to.
yeah, there's like 25 or 30 interactions with that fountain.
VCDs.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I
Yeah.
got the thief skill from
Nice. As you should. Thief skill is useful. Gets you more opals and stuff.
How many party members are there? I feel like in the screenshots that I've seen online that there's actually a lot
a
of
trophy?
people that join you at some point.
Yeah, there's 15.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah,
does-
unfortunately, possibly
Yes!
too
I
many.
got a
But,
trophy. I knew it was
Yeah,
going to
there
be a
you
trophy.
yeah. Yeah, our one of our lead programmers, Lottie, she set up a lot of the achievements and trophies because the first thing I do when I get any new console is I turn off the pop-ups for that.
Yeah.
Not a bad
find-
idea, actually.
Yeah.
I was being semi-sarcastic when I said yes, got a trophy. I was just glad I guessed it was a trophy, but I actually don't really care about trophies.
Yeah,
this isn't
no,
even
I-
my
I-
account anyway. This is the
No
my
judgment
life in
on
gaming
liking
account.
trophies, by the way. I think it's and I do go and I check in with how many of them I've gotten, but like at my leisure after I'm finished playing or something, I don't want it to get in the middle of my playing experience.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like trophies have in some ways done more harm than good because I feel like in the interest of fairness and like, people were competing in a sense to like, compare their trophy scores. I feel that has like kind of locked down certain aspects of the development process and the game design process that has kind of made it so you can't really have a lot of like really crazy stuff in a game anymore because like in terms of just something where you could just like figure out some weird way to cheese something,
I think the thing that I sort of miss is it's nice when you can just find and discover something and it feels like you discovered that on your own.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like so often because we're like scrambling to do these achievements or trophies or whatever, we wind up assigning a reward to it rather than letting it just be something that was its own reward, which is a little sad.
Well, I mean, when Coury was playing Shadow of the Colossus a few months ago, on stream. I was commenting how when I originally played it on PS2, like my favorite thing about it was that exploring the world was unrewarding. And I wanted to explore the world just because I was like, what's over there? I want to see that view. I want to see what's over there, right? And I feel like being motivated in that way is more satisfying than I'm doing this because I'm getting an in-game item. I'm doing this because I'm getting a trophy.
Yep, I agree. That's one of the difficult problems with game design right now, I'd say, is just managing all of that. How do you let players discover and explore without forcing them, and how do you reward them without that being like baiting them or something? You know, there's a lot, much to think about with that kind of stuff.
Yeah. By the way, Coury, I think there have been at least
there's two. I was just there was one a while ago from our good friend Nima Moshiri saying thanks again for the guest lecture, Coury, and
I apologize I was unavailable that day.
Yeah.
I was looking forward to it, but I didn't, like, I think it was like a week off from when we thought it was, or I thought it was. I was like, I can't do it. Whoops.
Well, of course, in that situation.
Well, you got John Linneman on anyway, so you got an upgrade over me.
Yeah, I mean, he can just talk about anything for a while. But that was great. I think that I have that. If you go to the front page of our channel, you can look at the collaborations playlist, and I'm pretty sure that lecture is on there. It's just us talking about like the console wars of like, you know, like John immediately goes in and says, you know, like, don't believe like most of the stuff you read in Console Wars, the book.
Yeah.
But it's a great lecture. But thank you. Also, there's $2 from Dad1153 saying, "Rip Avalanche Liverpool after MS canned Contraband." Is that just a new development today? I mean, is it like it's an unending waterfall of places closing and people getting fired at Microsoft? It's really very depressing all the time.
Yep. That's right.
Yeah,
That's
right. You've said that, like, you know, this, like, you were, like, you needed this to be like kind of a success for you guys, right? Because this was.
Try putting it back. Oh, it's too late. Yeah. Never mind. I like the. You could do it later if you want. I just like the joke for when you put it. She wants you to put it down when you've already put it down. Check that one out later.
But anyway, thou must.
Sorry, you were saying?
I don't remember.
Oh, just about it needing to be a success.
Yeah. I feel like you had mentioned that before. I mean, I don't know if that's like still true, but I mean, you put more time into this than like any other game you've worked in. I mean, it's so much
way
bigger than both like Gunhouse and
Gunsport, and also Oh Dear, which we put a version of in this game. It's real big. It's big, and it's interesting to see how it's going right now. Like we don't really know how much it has sold yet, but it's nice to see a lot of people organically speaking about it and doing fan art and stuff, and just like we haven't experienced that before, where people are like, they're playing it and they're talking about it, and they're not people that I know.
yeah. Well, it's filling this niche that I think, you know, it's just like there's no games really made like this anymore.
I guess that's true.
And
hopefully not for a good. Hopefully it's not like there was a good reason that we're not doing that.
So we had some friends over. We've been our kids go to school together, and we've been doing like D&D. Like they've been teaching us how to play D&D, And I said, oh, I can only play D&D until this time today because I'm doing this stream tonight with this guy who directed this game. And I told him about it, and he's like, oh, that sounds really cool. And he went home, and he sent me a text message. He's like, my wife has had Demonschool on her Steam wish list for months.
Nice.
So
it's total coincidence.
Cool. We're doing it.
Yeah.
See,
okay,
the way these enemies spawned in here, it like immediately gave me like, you know, this is like a puzzle in Tetris Attack or something.
Yeah.
You know, where it's like, it's like okay, these enemies are arranged in this way for a very specific reason.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is, and I don't know if I'll figure it out. But like, this layout seems extraordinarily intentional.
So the thing that this layout hopes to inspire you to do is to figure out the kind of pull combo, which is when Faye can do a combo with Namako pretty easily by kicking an enemy into Namako. For Namako to do a combo with Faye, she has to pull enemies into Faye. And so what you would do to make that happen is take Namako and sidestep to the left and go, and she'll pass through all those guys.
Enemies in a row,
Yep.
So she always goes to the last spot.
As far as she can go.
As far as she can go, the last spot past where the enemies will end up.
Exactly.
I didn't realize that. Okay, cool.
And so Faye just killed that one that got comboed into her, and now if Faye kicks all these guys,
then
they'll all die.
Right.
Blameless.
And I kind of forgot about from the tutorial, there was something like actually doing like a combo, like in the same move. That wasn't really a combo, or was it?
What we just did right there is what we call a combo.
Okay.
It's when you knock enemies into another friend.
Just the first one, though.
Yeah.
Got it.
So the first one gets comboed, but the rest of them. So, like, Namako passed through all those enemies, and then Faye knocked them all back into each other because you also have that knock-on damage.
Right.
So now Namako can step to the left, and she can stun all those guys, and then you can do whatever.
All right. Yeah, you have to. Yeah, I haven't yet been thinking in diagonals.
Diagonals are very important. Yeah, and so now she can just kill whichever one of those.
Yeah, she can only really do one right now.
Yeah, but they're not going to do any damage to you then.
No, because they're all
that's
stunned.
all I can do for now. I really like how like the description of what each enemy can do is like, and each playable character is like it's just this nice little card that doesn't take a lot of over explaining.
Mm-hmm.
It's got
those were really hard to keep consistent.
Yeah,
because I wrote them over a long period of time, and I started using and they're probably not even perfect now, but I would just like use different words to mean the same thing. We had to try to unify it. It was it's hard when you write every word in a game. Things can get really kind of lost at a certain point.
I mean, when you're so close to the project, like you lose sight of things that someone else would immediately see as a problem.
Yeah. So now Namako's special is available, and hers is quite good because it has an area of effect. So if you sidestep left and then activate your special.
So it says 8 tiles.
Yeah.
Okay. So now I just hit forward, right?
Yeah.
And I see. Wow.
Yeah. So she blasted a bunch of them, and now you can
just get all those guys.
Get all the guys.
And one go with Faye.
Mm-hmm.
And
then since her special is now available, then you can sidestep and get these other guys with her with her special.
Oh yeah, and then it might cost nothing.
It will cost nothing, yeah, because you're gonna kill one for sure. Because all enemies, except bosses, are weak to Almighty.
Is there any benefit to defeating more than you have to?
Somewhat. So you can, you may as well kill that guy. The number of opals, which is our currency, that you get is like enemies have a chance to drop them, and so the more of them you kill, the more chance you have to get money. Basically, that's what it is.
There was a $10 super chat from our good friend Paul Sutton. Thank you. Saying congrats on Demonschool's release. You did a great job balancing influence without being derivative.
Thank you. That was, I'm not a big tutor of my own horn, but I do think that is one thing that the game does well is marry a bunch of quite niche influences and take them in different directions and put them together in a way that feels relatively natural. And it's been really interesting to me to see reviews and reactions and stuff where people are like, this game is obviously based on Persona 2, which is a game I've never played. I want to play Persona 2 eventually. I just never have. And I've only played the first Persona for about an hour. I started with 3. I've played 3, 4, and a bit of 5. I didn't really like 5. That's another one. People are like, the UI, obviously Persona 5. Nope. It's not.
The UI in this is so cool.
Thank you. That's Catherine again. She usually you would have to hire someone from outside to do UI stuff, but she did a great job. She just has a lot of thoughts and opinions about it. We workshopped it a lot, but she's just really good at that. But yeah, also people were like, it's clearly this narrative is clearly inspired by Buffy. I've seen the movie, but I've never watched the TV show.
Oh yeah, I think the same here actually.
Yeah, never watched the TV show. And people are like, it's the Monster of the Week thing. It's totally Scooby-Doo. I was thinking of Star Trek actually when I was doing the Monster of the Week thing. Anyway, it's just and there's nothing. I think it's great that people are thinking this is the obvious reference, and it isn't, because that means that people are able to relate this game to things in their life that they enjoy. Even if it's something completely other than what I was thinking of, and that's nice. What I want in any kind of art is something that makes me think about other things, and so if we can achieve that, that makes me happy.
But it really is true that it takes a special kind of balance, because most Metroidvanias I play these days, I'm like, well, this is good and all, but it just kind of makes me want to play Metroid. So, but at the same time, I want to play games that are like the genres I love. I love platformers. I love RPGs. I love ones that remind me of, the ones that, made their first impression on me. But what is the balance of paying tribute to that, but doing it in a way that doesn't just make me want to play the thing I already love,
Yeah. Yep. So there's a puzzle to this one. Let's see if you can figure it out.
Okay.
But you'll notice that there's a broken diagonal here.
Right. So I mean, for one, I think I want to move him down one tile, pull him down one. And then, but they could, let me think. Is there some way I could easily, what happens if I go through diagonally, is through, oh, wait a second. So they can move, okay. So they can move that way, and then it's kind of essentially like moving 2 tiles in a way with the diagonals. Sort of.
Kind of. Yeah. So now you have a V.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of, What happens if, so let's say I were with this new guy to.
Well, you can do all this and just back it up if it doesn't work.
Yeah, you
out
could
the
just
way
do
you
it.
want
Just
to.
try it.
Oh, true.
Just,
Well,
just
okay.
try it and back it up.
I was
Yeah,
just
you don't even have to, like,
curious.
run
I
it.
mean, this isn't. I don't think this is the best.
Because it
movie.
shows you who dies and. You know,
Okay,
what
okay.
kind
So
of
they can only.
status effects
I was
will
going to
have
say
or
like,
whatever
is that
at the
going to
end.
like knock that other guy out of the battlefield? But it doesn't.
I see. Yeah, there are later battles where there's an edge to the screen,
Mhm.
and you can knock enemies off
Oh.
of it. But
I
not-
got them
Oh,
all.
nice.
In
yeah,
one-
exactly. Very good. And so the way we have this kind of playing out is that they can sort of could cross each other up. So had you used Destined to hit that diagonal, they would have just gone like zoop, zoop, because we. Yeah. So now you see we have another.
I noticed that this guy is like that they spawned in exactly where it would have
Right.
been very useful, but if I did the previous move the way I did because of where Namiko
Right.
is.
Yeah. So it's kind of trying to lead you a little bit.
Oh, and now I've got
Yeah, and
his
now if you
special,
want, you could have Faye do the next attack,
except
just for fun.
but he's got
just
special.
So you could either have Faye do it and kill them all, or you could have Namiko do another combo. So there's multiple options here at this point. But yeah, have Faye do it, and then
now
I
they
think
both have,
Namiko could run to the end. There you go.
Efficiency. Ooh, what was that? For?
Yeah, efficiency.
Use all available action points in a turn. Yeah, it's been a little hard to do that with only 2 characters.
Yeah. Yeah, it's impossible actually.
Top marks.
So yeah, we basically wanted players to feel like it's optimal to use all the characters, and not use one continuously. And it's because the sort of underlying theme of this game is a theme of community and found family and stuff in the face of adversity, and so we wanted that to come through in the battle system as well, because you can sometimes it makes sense to have one character do a bunch of stuff, but it's generally less efficient than having everybody take a turn or two.
Are you limited to 4 characters in battle? Is that the max, or as it gets bigger, can you get more characters in there at one time?
So I'm gonna say yes, it's limited to that.
Okay.
Yeah. There may be other things that happen in the future, but in general, it is limited. It is limited to that. The puzzles are created with that in mind.
Right.
Yeah.
And the other big thing, I think, that I wonder if anybody in the chat has if this is registered with them, but there's no experience points at all in this game. There's no level ups or anything like that.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, that's a bold thing to do. I think,
and I
especially
think
when
that
every single game these days has some sort of leveling.
Yeah,
Yeah.
every game is an RPG now, so like having an RPG that's kind of not RPG is like avant-garde.
yeah, it is a choice that we made, and so far people haven't complained about it, and I think that's often it seems like people haven't even noticed it, and that's maybe good. I think maybe that means it's a success.
Well, what I like about that is that you never have to feel like you're underpowered
behind
to finish
Yeah.
something.
Well, that was one of the main considerations. I was thinking for quite a long time and debating with the rest of the team, how do we deal with, you get a new character, we as developers want you to try them out, but in so many games it's like, okay, I could try this person out, but they're underleveled, I don't really know what they do.
Yeah.
I'd have to work hard to bring them up to a level, and I already have this other character that works fine. And in Valkyria Chronicles, and this is something we considered at one point, in Valkyria Chronicles you have like these credits that you earn from battle that you then spend to level up a class of fighters.
Right,
So,
everyone,
like,
just everyone. Yeah.
Yeah. So not everybody, but everybody in this class. So like your Lancers become this level, and so if you get a new Lancer, it's like they have their own individual stats, but they're basically at parity with everybody else when you get them, and that works. But it felt like we were already adding a fair amount of complexity to this game, and I didn't want to get into that where it's just like there can be too much stuff to manage, and then it becomes less fun and more of a job. And I was trying to avoid that, and so then we started thinking about, well, how could we do something that is not leveling but still changes how your character works. So it's more like a Hades style thing, where you get stuff that, I mean, Hades is a little closer to leveling because you just, it's like you get a more powerful weapon and things like that, but you get abilities that let you do different things, and in this game, and that's what we went with. And we had new characters that do different things, we had new enemies that do different things, and that's the idea of what would pull you forward. We do have a lot of like little surprises in the battles as things go along with the bosses and what they do and other stuff like that.
But you know, Coury and I kind of agree that you know, the older we get, the more we kind of like it when a game just kind of gives you the characters that they give you, and it's just like, okay, work with this, rather than like everything being like hyper customizable, right?
Yeah.
Like, you know, your Final Fantasy 4 versus your Final Fantasy 6, right? You know, I like when, you know, the characters come and go, you know.
Yeah, and
they just are what they are. You know, there's not a lot of over customization, and it's just like, okay, here are the challenges we made. Here's who you have right now. Work with it.
Right.
One of the things I really like about Final Fantasy 15 is you just got your 4 bros. That's it. It's just it's
maybe the only
me and my dude telling me to wear a jacket because it's cold out.
Might be the only thing I like about Final Fantasy 15. Is it's got a limited party that you have like everyone from the get-go. I do like games that's just like, here's everyone from the get-go, you know?
Yeah. What was the game that was like that? Was it Last Story? Is that like that?
Well, no. Well, Last Story is kind of unique because it's like already an established group, and they've got this like great repertoire with each other, and so it makes some of the best, you know, just like inter-party dialogue I feel like I've heard in a game.
Right.
I didn't play Last Story.
Oh,
for very
it's
long
so good.
Because I was mad about the Wii and Waggle and stuff because I was an idiot.
But that game like
Waggle
does not really lean into that stuff. It's really good though. Like, I mean, it's like
I do have it. It's right over there. I intend to play it eventually.
It's not like, that long. It's like, I don't know, 20, 25 nice hours.
So 25?
20. It's definitely under 30, I'd say. But like,
all right.
Yeah, as a character writer, I think you would really enjoy it. Or maybe you'd hate it because I'm not a character writer, so what do I know?
I might. You know, I like my Wii is hooked up. It's right. It's right there.
Ready to go. Ready to go.
And I got the sensor bar right under my Laserdisc player.
Man,
so
I was thinking about.
It looks like the Dreamcast is sitting on top of your Wii, though.
Yeah, there's two Dreamcasts. You got the modded US Dreamcast and the unmodded Hello Kitty Dreamcast, because you can't mod the Hello Kitty Dreamcast.
I was thinking about Wii sensor bar solutions again just the other day, because it's like, man, if I could just like make my sensor bar more permanent, I'd play Wii a lot more often. But like, I feel like with the way TVs are nowadays, like they're either too thin to mount the sensor bar on top of it, or just the sheer height of them, like it's not a comfortable place. Like I remember when I had my HD CRT, I put it on top and like, I just, my hand like rested in my lap at the most comfortable possible angle. And it was just like awesome. Yeah, and I can never recreate how that was back then.
You know you can use 2 candles as a Wii sensor bar?
I know, but that's also
Wow.
not something I'm going to permanently set
Wow.
up.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
two
candles
candles
are by design, not permanent. So
Well, yeah, and I've been wondering if I could like just something that wouldn't look bad, and I could like mount just like some IR LEDs somewhere that would be like the perfect spot. I don't know. Like every
You need a
time I
CRT,
think like,
that's
ooh,
what I'm
what if
saying.
I did this? And then I'm like, wait, nope, that's the wrong angle.
just got to get another big boy CRT. That's the
Yeah.
solution.
Well, I mean, I do
Solution to
keep
everyone's problem.
we've got
talking to
too
somebody.
many big boy CRTs.
Yeah, well, we have two big boys waiting for us.
waiting
here.
for us. Yes. Oh my gosh.
This guy that the husband of somebody that my wife used to work with, had apparently just like found out that that my wife's husband, me, like did this show, and he's like, oh my gosh, I've been watching this for a while. And then he sent me a text message, and he's like, I have these 2 like 32-inch CRTs at my work that they're just like they want to get rid of.
Nice.
I'm like, yeah, I want them. They come with these like stands, also like these Sony stands,
Oh.
and I'm just like, okay,
What,
we
do you know what
we need
model
to
they
get these out of here though. That's scary in its own right.
Yeah. Just bring another person. As long as you got 2 people, it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, I
a
think Try's gonna come out
32-inch
and
bubble
get that.
screen is a lot different from like a 36-inch flat screen, because they don't like the way they have to like all the extra stuff they have to put in there to like make the geometry flat is what makes the flat tube so heavy. But yeah,
Well,
we're gonna pick them
these-
up and
these
hopefully
ones
get
aren't-
them like serviced and RGB modded and all that.
Yeah.
nice.
Hoping to make it my main one over, like my PVM, to be honest.
Mhm.
Yeah. I just want to make sure that it tries here when we go to get them, because I'll bring one of those down to the basement, but if I bring both of them down, it's going to be real hard to get one of those back up.
Yeah, well, I mean, I want you to go there sometime and bring your Super Nintendo and run the 240p test suite on to make sure they're like, they're worth expending this effort on and having Steve come out there and all that
maybe.
stuff.
I'm sure it's worth. It's cool. And
Yeah.
and you could give it away to somebody if it doesn't work out. Somebody wants
Yeah.
that. Somebody needs it. They need it in their
Yeah,
home.
but I mean, I just want to make sure that it's like there's not problems with it that are like beyond repair, right?
Right.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I mean, it's. I used to bring in so many CRTs into this house, and every time I did, I could hear my wife's eyes rolling into the back of her head, and so I haven't brought in any new ones in a long time. But if I'm going to bring another one, and it's going to be a big one, it's going to be worth it.
Yeah, I got a 16:9 widescreen CRT somewhat recently, but I haven't figured out where to put it.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Well,
Sitting in a garage.
John Linneman,
Tried to get me to take his old child.
Yeah.
So
and I
live
was just
in
like, I don't
Cincinnati,
know.
and
I wanted it.
just to give Brandon some background. So I live in Cincinnati, and John is from here.
Okay.
So once a year he comes home with like his family,
Gotcha.
and we get together and hang out a whole bunch. And his old his childhood. I mean, I guess not childhood, but like his
Youthhood.
His college years era. CRT is like a flat screen, like 16:9, and he's like, "Do you want this?" And I said, "Okay." And then I saw it, and I said, "I can't take this. It's
too big?
way too big and too like I have no place to put this."
Yeah, I really want. I'm trying to figure out a place to put mine, and the main thing I want to do with it, I know this is ridiculous, is play PSP games on it.
Oh, see,
yeah.
see, that sounds amazing. Well,
Yeah, PSP with the component out.
but is it an HD CRT, or I mean, I don't think they made like 15 kilohertz widescreen.
No, it's not. It's so it's like a. I don't know what the resolution is exactly. It's but
probably
it's-
accepts 720p or 1080i.
Yeah. Yes. That's. I think so. So, I don't know. We'll see.
Well,
We'll
I was
see.
actually just thinking when we were reviewing the Analog 3D, I wish it had a 720p mode, because if it did, then you could use the scan lines mode to get like scan lines from these games on a HD CRT, and it would work really well on a widescreen one like that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, PSP would be awesome. I mean, really, those HD CRTs are best at 480p, more so than 720p. Because I remember when I got my first LCD, I mean, it was not a great LCD, but I remember seeing more detail in my PS3 games versus the HD CRT. Even though the HD CRT obviously had better black levels, better motion clarity, better overall colors, but
Perhaps controversial, but I think the further back in time you go, the less detail you should have. I feel like I've come all the way back. I had the RGB cables and stuff for Genesis and Saturn and everything, and I'm kind of coming around on maybe I want composite. Like maybe maybe I want it all to blur together. Maybe that's what's good. Like
there is
that one time.
Yeah, I mean, there's a character to composite that I like to. It's a crunchy texture I like to chew on every now and then, but not every day. I like my RGB, but like I was saying, like I kind of want this, 32-inch Sony to, get it RGB modded. I kind of want that to be my like primary CRT if it works out, more so than like my PVM, because when I do like CRT effects with my Retrode 4K, I am more preferring a like kind of consumer grade mask.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, have you ever played the Genesis game Warlock on composite?
No.
Like based on the movie Warlock?
Yeah, based on the movie Warlock. It's a 1995 game, really late, way later than the movie Warlock. It was just like a random late license. Anyway, the title screen on the Genesis over composite is like, it's like pure transparency. It because it's like every other line, and the title is red, and red blurs the most. And it just looks like a transparent logo. It just looks with like a waving fire behind it. It's wild to compare that on composite versus component. That has nothing to do with anything. But
well, I mean, that has everything to do with our channel. Like we're all talking about the video signals and the image quality and all those things. I mean, I will say, I for one actually don't hate dithering. Like sometimes the blending effects can be really cool.
There's
but
a lot of dithering in Demonschool.
Yeah, I mean, look at the backgrounds here. Like, look at that dithering.
Yeah.
I love that dithering, honestly.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite aspects of the Devil engine. He uses lots of dithering, and I thought it works really well. All the explosions, like the full screen explosions.
Yeah. And Demonschool actually has a 4:3.
Yeah.
It can be played in 4:3 if you have to set your resolution to that first for the option to become available, but you can play it on a 4:3 CRT computer monitor or whatever.
Is that only in the PC version?
Yes.
How hard would it be to put it in the console versions?
Well,
because
I think
if you run that through a downscaler,
actually,
you
now
can run
that I
it
think
through like
about
a
it,
SP Pro.
if you forced your resolution to be 4:3, I think you could select it. I think I'd have to talk to a programmer
for the 5 people who want to use it with the OSSC, like myself included.
Yeah,
I'm sure tried.
Like I'm guessing this is like what is the pixels?
Oh, he's gonna. Here he goes.
The interesting thing with this battle is it introduces you to Newt, who's the healer, and we did something with him where obviously he heals your characters, but if he heals a character that has full health, he gives them an attack buff.
You get an attack buff. Okay, I thought it was going to be like stone skin or something, like an extra.
No, he gives them an attack buff so that, like, if he buffs Faye right now and then she hits that enemy, she can get him in 1 because now she does 2 damage.
Ah.
Well, that grunt right there, she could get in one anyway because it only has 1 HP. But this one has 2, and she can kill that.
Oh, I see.
with
I assumed it was, at first I assumed it was the tougher one because it's new.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, it also has a curse? Its attack is a curse?
That's just its attack type. So,
Oh, so it's like an element.
So a little bit ago, there was a $5 super chat from EB Chill. Thank you. Saying, the validity of CRTs in my house is an ongoing discussion in my marriage. Yes, I mean, that's...
Well, I'm happy to say that my partner doesn't care at all. She's like, go ahead. If you can find a place for it, go get it.
Yeah, I mean, if you got room for it, but I mean, I don't know. Like, it's not taking up any space. They're not. I mean, I have so much stuff down here at this point, but it's just like another one, really.
Well.
Also, there was I see Flashpoint in the chat was asking what resolution does this run on PS5? I saw a review saying that it supports 120 FPS on PS5. Is that true?
I believe so. Yeah, I'm not
Nice.
my display cannot do that.
Right. Yeah. I mean.
It is 120 FPS. I mean, it's not the kind of game where you actually notice, but it's kind of like, well, why not throw it in there?
Might as well be.
Now that explains why the signal dropped every time I booted the game. I'm like, why is it doing this?
But this was developed with Switch as basically the lead platform.
More or less, yes, because we knew a lot of people were going to want to play it on Switch, and Switch is the lowest target.
Yeah.
And so we figured if we got it on Switch, if we got it in good shape on Switch, then we'd be sorted for the rest of them.
Yeah.
So that's what we did. But we're still actually doing some Switch optimizations right now because some stuff crept in that slowed it down a little bit that we didn't anticipate. So we're doing some things. Like there's a couple bosses that have a lot more triangles in them than we remembered them having, and so we had to remove some things from those bosses, but now just for the time being. But now we're just reducing the poly counts on the things that were causing too much trouble, and we're gonna put them back in.
Right.
So that's what we're doing. Just as a stopgap, we had to remove some stuff, but we're putting it back.
For everybody in the chat that doesn't know, this was supposed to release originally it was supposed to release in September, but then Silk Song announced its release date, which was like 2 days after this was supposed to come out.
1 day.
Do you think so? Pushing it to November 19th. I mean, do you think in the end it's like has turned out to be a very good thing?
Yeah, I think it was good overall. Ultimately, I didn't want to do it at first, but I think it was the right choice for a variety of reasons.
I feel like there's a lot more people talking about it than there might have been even at that time too.
Yes, I think so. Just more easier to potentially get eyeballs on it because everyone's not talking about Silk Song right now.
Yeah.
And it was generally an emptier slot. Like there's Kirby Air Riders and there's some other things, but it's not like in the indie spot.
Right.
There wasn't as much stuff going on. There's Kingdoms of the Dump, which we love. That came out. There's Birdcage, which came out. That's like a Radiant Silvergun-ish shooter, which is cool.
Oh,
but
was it Birdcage? I've heard that name, but I didn't realize it was a Radiant Silvergun-esque shooter.
Yeah. It's a.
I feel I was not very efficient with this, but I'm running with it.
That's okay. Do what you gotta do. But because those games came out close to us, and they were so like insert credit type video games, like my podcast style video games, right. I wanted to do a bundle with them, and so we actually have a bundle with those 3.
Oh,
which
really?
I came up with the ridiculous name of, which everyone was kind enough to go along with. The bundle is called November Rain, spelled REIGN.
I didn't realize that there was a bundle. I mean, that's
Yeah, there's a bundle.
all
Only
that
on
stuff
Steam.
Yeah.
On Steam. But
It's nice when you see different developers do bundles like that. And I guess it's probably happened a lot, but I think that I thought it was notable when Sega and Tecmo did it with like Ninja Gaiden and Shinobi like 2 months ago.
yeah, it's cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll check that out. Like I didn't realize.
Please
guys are
do.
doing
Yeah,
a bundle
Kingdoms
on
of the Dump is very like Super Nintendo style RPG.
Mhm.
And it's just nice. It's made by 2 janitors as well. They're in their professional lives.
That's really cool.
Yep.
Hopefully they won't have to do that much longer.
Don't forget to use your specials.
Yeah, I didn't think I had them lined up.
Well, if you could do it from where you were just there. Hit that zombie. I mean, he's a possessed student. Whatever. Hit that possessed student right
Yep.
there with your special though.
Oh, with the special.
And then it doesn't cost anything, and then you get more time to do other stuff.
Okay, yeah.
But I guess being in this scene, you tend to discover like a lot of games that maybe don't get mentioned very often, like a lot of indie games. And like that's one of my
Somewhat, yeah.
favorite episodes of Insert Credit every year is when you always do like here's the best of the rest, where
Yeah,
you just
yeah.
kind of talk about things that you played. And it's usually just a lot of stuff that I'd never even heard of.
That's what we aim for. Try to get some eyeballs on some other things that people may not have seen. Yeah,
I should have healed her with the last
I'm a
turn.
little worried about this year because I've been so head down in this that I haven't gotten to play stuff. But I got 2 months left. I got 2 months. I'll try to make it happen.
Wait,
Yeah, but it's not all. It's also like you don't have to have like finished the game or anything like that. You
No,
know, you just
no. You gotta just start it up, get a flavor, get a
Yeah.
taste enough to know that it's good.
yeah. And I mean, I always like the Game of the Year stuff. I mean, I bought Indica because of last
Like
year.
that game.
Yeah, I've not
game.
played it. I know that it's only like I sit down and it's like 2-3 hours, but
Yeah, you gotta check that one. You
Yeah,
gotta
I mean,
play it.
I-
Yeah, it's important.
I got sucked into that 1,000 times resist. You play that? I feel like
I have wanted to. By the way, you
Yeah.
could have killed those grunts with Namako's special too, because her her special does
2
one
flood
damage.
Okay. Oh,
Yep,
yeah.
yep. So,
I was just thinking, because it freezes them as well, right? Or does it?
Yeah, it does. But it's because ideally you want to get all the rest of these guys in this turn. You got a turn target of 4 here,
Oh, that's right.
and you might be able to do it.
If I back up here,
Yeah, you might be able to do it.
let's see.
So I would Namako have her
Do it just on the one in
activate her
front of
special. Just do her special straight forward there, and she'll kill both of those.
And
then Faye has to.
Oh
it's gonna
yeah,
be
she can
tough to
just
get
do
her over
that,
there.
and then
She can do that, but then can she make it? She might make it. She might just make it.
Oh,
But then
yep.
But then you don't have enough to get on the tile.
Oh
That's the-
shoot.
That's
Yeah.
the problem.
Oh wow.
That's okay. You'll do it next turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 1,000 times resist. I see someone that's just like had a little heart to mentioning it, and I had just heard that it had a good story, and I went in completely blind. I mean, that's kind of my.
I'm
thing
trying to go
these
in
days.
blind too. I talked to the developers and I was like, listen, I don't really play games on Steam. Should I get it on Switch? And they're like, no.
Yeah, I bought it
like,
on
okay.
PS5, but it was.
And so I waited until it came out on PS5, and now I'm gonna play it. But yeah, they were like, no, don't do that.
I mean, in a lot of cases, that's how I am with just about everything. I feel as though I know my tastes enough, or I'm willing to just kind of take a a random suggestion, and I'd rather just go in like knowing anything about it. Almost when I was like a teenager, you know, where you just have like a single screenshot or just like seeing stuff in magazines before I could see how the whole game plays ahead of time. Yeah, I just think it's more fun. And I mean, I've certainly I played a lot of games this year, and as at the price of not releasing videos, I think I've talked about it a lot, where I feel as though this year has been like really depressing in a lot of ways, and I've kind of sunk into like trying to just get my mind off of everything. I've in like losing a lot of my ambition in feeling creative in any way. So I played a lot of games this year, more so than I have in a long time.
What can we do to get your creative ambition back?
Well, I think it's coming back now.
Okay.
It's a lot of it comes down to, you know, I let myself get into that rut of like not making stuff and just like feeling sad about it. But I think now that we're doing this like DF Retro Super Show, and I'm the one editing that.
Right.
So you know how it is where if you just like kind of have a lot of work, you get better and better and better at it, and you kind of get back into like a groove of just like working. Yeah. And I think I'd fallen out of that groove, and now I'm getting back into it.
I see.
So I feel good about it.
That's good. Yeah, because it really is hard to do creative work when you're like feeling existential dread all the time, and just the weight of all the things that are happening that are negative. And my partner always tries to remind me of like good things that are also happening in the world, even though, you know, she's depressed too, of course. But it's important to do creative stuff for all the other people that are feeling that way.
Exactly.
And so I try to remind myself of that. And also, like you said, when I do get into a work groove, I can start to have fun with it. I can start to enjoy it again. Like when I know what story beats I'm trying to hit and I'm writing things, it's actually, I just put on like headphones and listen to music, and I don't have the internet on, and I just type things. And then for that moment, I'm sort of in the world of the things that I'm making instead of in the real world.
Real world where like things are pretty depressing.
Yeah, where things are sad. But this is another theme of this game is just like, so some reviewers didn't really like the tone of this game, and I understand, because to them it seemed kind of maybe like it lacked the weight of what is happening in the world. Like people are making jokes while you know, demons are killing people and stuff. They're not making jokes about people being killed, but they're making jokes in their lives outside of when they're fighting demons. And what we were trying to do with it, well, what I was trying to do with that, because it was just me writing. I don't want to drag anyone else into this or blame them for it. But if you've read, like, for example, the manga Dorohedoro, they also made an anime of it, but it's by Q Hayashida, and in that manga, it mostly centers on, at first, on people who live in this kind of like human world, and they're magicians that live somewhere else, and they can just come to the human world whenever they want and mess with everybody, and they can just like turn you into a bug, or turn you half into a bug, or just like slice you up but you're not dead, or whatever. And people in that world are so used to that being the way things are that they kind of laugh through it, or they want to still claim a part of a little bit of fun in what they're doing. And so I was kind of echoing that in this, and I was also thinking about, like, you know, I don't know how you all are politics wise or whatever, but we we had ICE come into Oakland, and they were on a little island, little Coast Guard island that had only one road in and out. And so me and a bunch of friends and a bunch of people I didn't know went over there to kind of like blockade it. And while we're there doing that and like yelling at ICE and kind of putting our bodies in their way, we're also making jokes with each other and hanging out and trying to make it a jovial experience, you know?
Yeah.
And that's what this game is kind of like trying to share, that feeling or that viewpoint. So I don't know if it like, apparently it didn't come across for some people, but that's what we were doing. So whether people understand that or not, that's what we were doing.
So I just did an attack buff on that guy for the last turn, but I'm guessing that doesn't actually carry over to this turn.
No, it's only on the turn.
So I should have done that the first turn. I was kind of realizing
Exactly.
that as I was laying it play out. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
at first I was just like, oh, I've got 1 AP left. I'll just.
Something interesting about that I've noticed watching people stream is that some folks, once they get Newt as he's a healer, they kind of like don't use him very much because he's not directly doing damage.
Right.
But some folks with kind of a different play style immediately are like, oh good, now I have a healer, now I can keep everyone safe, and they start relying on him primarily. Like the first turn, I'm going to do a bunch of things with Newt every turn. And I've noticed that has tended to split on a gender divide. Where
Interesting.
a lot of male players kind of ignore the healer, and a lot of female players are like, this is now the cornerstone of my strategy. And I thought that was kind of interesting. I don't know what's up with that.
Like my thinking is, if I overuse him, then I'm like, oh, but I'm going to like miss the turn target. It's going to take more turns to kill all the enemies.
Right, but
I could buff. I could buff more
Exactly.
intelligently.
Yeah,
of course,
so
my strategizing capabilities are like halved because I'm streaming.
yeah. I'm not criticizing your playstyle whatsoever.
No.
But it is interesting to see, and because Newt, if he's, he can't buff anyone right now because nobody's next to him. But if he buffs somebody, and then there's like a line of enemies that have that are like higher in HP, you're gonna do more damage because your character has been buffed, and so it actually will take fewer turns if you buff with him sometimes. So it is interesting, and don't forget your specials too, because they
well, yes, I'm noticing that
we designed them.
Namiko and Faye are
Destin. Yeah,
yes,
they both have.
They're low HP right now.
We designed them to the specials to be used when you get them, basically, because they refill, but also like there's only, you're supposed to do this one in, what is it, 3 turns? So like it's kind of like a use it when you got it situation. It doesn't carry over to the next battle or anything.
There's nothing I can really do with that.
Well, I noticed that once I understood what Newt was doing, like that, buffing somebody is always the first thing I do every turn with him.
And that's where once you get into where you can select where your party starts.
Oh, okay.
That's where that becomes important. So like there are battles where like we go through and only a few of us played all the battles, but we go through and we're like, okay, how many turns does it take us to beat this? And then one of us will be like, well, it's actually way too easy right now. You can beat it in one other turn, like one turn sooner, with no problems whatsoever every time. and one of the other of us will be like, how? Like, can't do it. And then it's like, oh, put Newt in between Faye and Destin at the start, and then buff them both at the start, and then you can like, oh yeah, now it's like so easy to do that in one fewer turn. So,
I will endeavor to do so. Next.
Again, not criticizing your
No. But yeah, I mean, I'm just not. Oh my gosh, he exploded into blood.
Yeah.
I might be restarting this fight.
We'll see. You know,
You should be able to do it, I think.
yeah, you can,
Once you kind of get to this point. Well, I don't know, because Newt can't win on his own. So
it's
Can
true.
he seal if he? Well, yeah, I guess
He can
Yeah,
seal
he
the
can-
portal. He can seal the portal.
but those
One
other ones are
fu-
going to get through there. They're almost to the end there.
Oh, those
Oh,
are not going to.
they-
Only the grunts do that, so you're
Okay.
okay.
oh,
yeah.
okay. So I didn't realize I couldn't let anyone go through. My
It's
side.
just the grunts. They can't get through your end zone there.
I see.
Oh.
I see.
Cool decision.
See, Kitty Ears 39 has been a member for 68 months. Thank you. Saying Demonschool more like demons? Cool.
I was thinking the same thing because it's
Seems
like
like a
it's
lot of fun. I'm
one
looking forward
word,
to
so I'm
playing
like, I know it's obviously Demon School, but I'm like, it could also be Demon's Chool.
Could be.
Demon apostrophe S Chool.
Demon is Chul.
I've made Try kind of a big fan of the way that you like make new names for games by like saying it like literal like Rain Jerks is one of our favorites.
Oh my gosh, yes, Rangers. I
Rangers,
love
Tom Brady.
Rangers.
Tom Raider, yeah. When I worked at Electronics Boutique, I had somebody call it Tom B. Raider.
Tom B.
I do.
Raider. That's great. I love it. I love it.
When I was in Germany last year, hanging out with John, we were hanging out with another friend of his, and he is German, and he said that a lot of people said Tomp Raider back in the day.
Tomb Raider.
Tomp
Oh.
Raider
Um,
in Germany.
Tomp.
I'm
man,
trying to remember. I think he said. I think they said for Goemon. I think it was like Gumon.
Yeah. What is it? Thelos Tophus? That's the one that's Last of Us, right?
Oh yeah, Theostophus. Yeah. Yeah. Good old Theostophus. Yeah, I said that while Ash was on the show, and she was like, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah, I do. I remember that. Like, what are you talking about? Do I?
And I was like, "Oh, sorry." Yeah, languages are funny. Maybe you've heard the story, but I was in the Netherlands, hanging out with a friend of mine,
Mhm.
and we were like thinking of what to do, and he was like, "Oh, we could go to the Van Gogh Museum," and I was like, "The what?" He was like, "The Van Gogh Museum, the famous painter." I was like, "I've never heard of that guy. I don't know anything that is named anything like that."
And that's just like standard like school over there.
Yeah. I mean, it's Van Gogh. It's
Oh,
just he's Dutch, and
There
Van Gogh is Dutch, and his name is Van Gogh. It's not Van Gogh.
wow,
But I don't know that. Like, it's-
wow.
But we went there, and I was like, "Oh my god, I'm so stupid." Oh man.
We never heard that before. I mean, I've never heard that. I would be like, what are you talking
Yeah,
about?
no. But yeah, Van Gogh. And another amusing anecdote from that particular trip where I was learning about Dutch things. I was walking. The friend I was staying with, I was walking their dog, and one of them, she was like, "Yeah, he doesn't need a leash or anything. He listens to commands. He's like he's like a really great dog to walk with. So you could just go out with him. You don't need. He's like, he doesn't have a collar. He's cool." I was like, "All right, I'll go for a walk with your dog." And as soon as we get out, he's like sniffing women's crotches. He's eating trash. He's just like all over the place. He's like. It's dark and it's a black dog, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna lose this guy. And I'm like trying to call him, and he's not caring about it. And it suddenly dawns on me, this dog speaks Dutch. I'm trying to talk to this dog in English. He doesn't speak that language. This dog speaks Dutch.
just making that connection. I would never even thought about that. Like, what are you doing?
What are you doing, buddy? He doesn't speak this language.
That's that's such an interesting thing to think about. Like dogs knowing other languages. That's weird. You have a couple of dogs, right? You got two.
I do. I got two little buddies, two Chihuahuas. Chihuahua mixes.
Nice.
They're good little pals. They're sad that I'm not with them at this time. Right now, I should be sitting on the couch. Oh, you're not a dog guy?
No, I wasn't, and then I got a little Shih Tzu, and she's like runs my entire life now.
Yeah, they worm their way into your heart, and then like because they love a schedule, and it really helps, especially when you're depressed. It really helps to keep the day going, because like my dog, number one dog, Pocket. He's in this game, by the way. He will.
Like Missile and Phoenix Wright and
exactly.
Ghost Trick.
I was kind of inspired by Missile being in both in Shu Takumi's games, and I was like, oh, put Pocket in here. Why not?
I mean, we'll see. We'll see if Pocket tops Missile and Ghost Trick. I mean, I maintain that Missile is the best dog in all of fiction in Ghost Trick. Like.
I mean, I think Missile gets a little more screen time than Pocket, but he's pretty good in this. We'll see how you feel. See how you feel when you get there. We're not going to get there in this session, that's for sure. He's a little further in. But yeah, he'll if it's time to do X, Y, or Z and I'm not doing it, he'll just be sitting here vibrating like, what are you doing? Why are you sitting there? You're supposed to take me outside.
Well,
you're supposed to be sitting on the couch watching Bob's Burgers right now. It's 6 p.m.
That's why I sent my dog to my parents' house when I was crunching on the Analog 3D review, because I was like, she is going to be so upset that I'm like in my office, like at the wrong time of day, not playing. She's like, you are doing things wrong. What is wrong with you? And it's going to get on both of our nerves.
I forgot to feed them like 2 days ago.
Oh my god!
It was like 20 minutes. It was 20 minutes late. not a big deal. But he was just like standing on my chest with his paws like this, and he was looking at me, and I was like, "What? What do you want, buddy?" And he was like turning his head, and then I was like, "God, it's so late. You haven't eaten. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, buddy." He thinks that he can beam thoughts into my head, and he kind of can. He's kind of right.
Yeah, my dog's funny, but she won't eat unless like we're eating.
Oh.
We'll put the food
I've
out.
Seen dogs like that.
We're not doing it. She just like doesn't want to. She'll like sniff it and be like, She might eat like the little.
I can't even imagine.
You put on the top. But then she's like, nope. And then as soon as we sit down for dinner, she starts eating.
Oh man. Yeah, that's a tough one.
If it's not something she likes, then she'll kind of like look, because she knows that she can always get me to give her a little bit.
Yeah, we don't have that.
I've created a monster.
Yeah, we don't have that. They don't get stuff, and they usually even leave. If I leave something, like I can leave chips on the coffee table, they won't take it. It's every once in a while though. He did get into like a bunch of dark chocolate at one point.
Oh no!
We
had to go get his stomach pumped.
Oh jeez.
Poor little guy. Yeah, and then they fill him up with charcoal. They pump a bunch of charcoal in. Yeah, because charcoal helps you
like
digest things and pass things through, and also a lot of the negative. I'm gonna sound like a health influencer. It's not. I was gonna say negative particles. The harmful things in his stomach will adhere to the charcoal, and then he will expel it.
How long did he take to recover from that?
He was immediately fine.
Wow.
Yeah. He was like, that was so fun.
How?
Let's do it again.
How long between like him eating it and then like emergency vet? Like how?
He was in the emergency room within a half hour of eating it.
Okay.
He got in there quick. He didn't have a chance to really digest it. They made him throw it all up, and then they pumped a bunch of charcoal into him. He was basically he was pooping coal. It was like they were just these black, shiny. It looked literally like brisket.
Like the outside
fire.
of it,
Yeah. It was ridiculous.
Like my dog has thankfully gotten over eating deer poop in the backyard.
Oh my!
That was always like the thing that she would get into, and then she'd have diarrhea for 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's loquats over here. That's what we're into. We dogs eating loquat seeds.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and he's not supposed to eat those. Those are poisonous. But it's only a little poison, So it's mostly fine. But he shouldn't be doing it. But he keeps doing it.
So there's
no poison for humans too.
It is poison for humans too, but it's like one of those not particularly studied poisons. So sometimes people are like, I made a loquat seed coffee.
Okay.
And it's a tasty beverage. And it doesn't seem to... It's probably one of those things where, like, at significant volume, it'll get you.
Yeah.
But you're probably not going to get it at that volume.
Because I had a friend who recommended, like, honey loquat or something like that for drinking it in, like, tea or something like that, where it makes it makes your voice, like, better.
Yeah, but that's the fruit. The fruit is not poisonous to you.
Okay.
Yeah, the fruit is good.
The seeds.
I eat that biz all the time, and the leaves also are good in a tea.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just the seeds that are a problem, and that's the part he likes.
I'm slowly coming around on tea. I was never a big tea person, but I've been slowly cutting out the. I'm down to like 1 cup of coffee a day if I even finish that, and I haven't been drinking any pop. So.
Pop.
I just realized
you are indeed from a different place than me.
Yeah, I grew up in Western New York, so I say pop, but most of the time, I say either I say Coke or soda around people, so they don't say anything. But like for me,
there's nothing wrong.
It comes out as pop without even thinking about it.
It's soda is short for soda pop, and pop is short for soda pop, so whatever, say what you will. Yeah, I can't drink caffeine, unfortunately. I haven't been able to since I was like maybe 32 or something.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Is it just it just does not
I just go straight to the negative effects of caffeine. So like my eyeballs are vibrating. And,
oh no!
You could still get him in this turn.
Okay.
And here's actually a good opportunity to use. So take Destin and just punch any character in front of him.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Yeah. So have him kill that gangster. And now have him sidestep to the right and activate your special.
Oh,
it does.
Does it do the whole row or no?
It just knocks that guy as far as he'll go, so it'll knock him into the other one and it'll kill him. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't realize until the battle was already underway how much narrower the playfield is on this one.
It's a much smaller field here. This is pretty much the smallest grid in the game, except for one.
There was 1,000 yen from TBD 137. Thank you.
Nice.
Saying greetings from Japan. I'm currently making my son 100% Breath of Fire Dragon Quarter before we play Demonschool. Enjoying the stream. Well, there is some.
That's cool.
Similarities to Dragon Quarter's like battle system, I guess, in this a little bit, right? Or
Yeah, well, not intentionally, but probably accidentally. It's another one.
Yeah.
It's another one of those.
It's another one of those like. It's such a. At the time, it was such a disappointment, but then everyone I've ever talked to that has
Yeah,
played
everybody
it
loves it now.
said it's way better than people thought. And that's we have a Twitch channel that we have started streaming on quite a bit and been like working our way through entire games on there. And I have Breath of Fire Dragon Quarter is one of my games that I'm going to play on there.
Nice. Yeah, I'm still waiting for Dragon's 50-cent piece, but I don't think it's ever gonna happen.
Or that did that Breath of Fire 6 mobile game ever come out?
I don't know. That would have been smartphone era, not feature phone era, right?
Right.
If it was feature phone times, I would have been excited about that. So you could kill all of the remaining guys you need to with Namiko right now. With her
Right
special.
now.
Right now. There you go.
Not in one turn, surely.
In
Oh,
one turn,
you
yeah.
mean
'Cause all the grunts. If you go straight ahead, toward the sigils, yeah, you'll hit 3 and they'll all die.
Oh, yeah, I didn't. Well, not.
Yeah.
Cool decision.
Oh, I didn't see the one behind the dude.
Yeah, it's hidden behind the. But they have a little attack icon over them to help you with that problem. But that is one of the inherent issues with pseudo. I mean, this 2D 3D thing. Stuff gets hidden behind other stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
I see that B Nizzle 02 has been a member for 25 months and says, "Great game, been lurking. Breath of Fire 6 was dropped after a year and is no longer around. Have fun."
I don't know why I'm healing, even though there's
Yeah, you
just
don't
like
need to.
there's no reason to, but I'm just like
Gotta
I want
stand down there.
I want to heal.
All right.
Here there was also a $10 from CS
Sizwiv.
Yes, with a good question, saying a question for the crew. What is your favorite Ease game? Love Demonschool, by the way.
Well, I haven't played them all, so I feel like I'm not the best person to answer because basically for me, I got everything I wanted out of East 1 through 4 on the PC Engine. Everything I wanted out of East I got from those. And then I would dabble in some of the other ones later, and I would be like, like those old ones. So my favorites are books 2 and 3. Weirdly.
Okay. Really?
Yeah.
So even like did you play the remake of 3? Oath and Felghana?
I didn't because I played 2 remakes of 1 and 2 and I didn't like either of them. And so I was like, can they make a remake that I like? I'm not sure. So I haven't done it. I should probably
It's
do
worth
it.
it. I
It's
mean,
just
I think
like the graphical style that they have continued to go for has not really grabbed me.
interesting.
guess.
I could understand that. Well, for those ones especially, they look almost kind of messy, but I think that they are just very they're a good mix of the fast action that would come after.
Yeah.
And that original style. For me, I mean, 8 is an easy pick for my top one.
Everybody likes that one. I should really get to it.
It's
Get
good.
to
I
it.
mean, it was with that one they started to really fall into that trap that Falcom is still in, where because of the success of the Legend of Heroes series, that there's just a lot of dialogue.
A lot of dialogue. But of course, I haven't really seen how that is. I'm kind of playing to finally play Ease 8 next month. That's my current thinking.
It's great. I mean, it's
my
and
pledge
it
list.
has
But
an
8 is
amazing
your
soundtrack.
8 is your favorite, right?
Yes, yeah, and that's coming after Oath and Felghana is probably my second favorite, and then probably book 1 and 2 on Turbo is probably TurboGrafx CD is my third.
It's that music, man. It's the music that gets me on those. Like, it
Oh
just
yeah,
gets me super pumped to keep going. Even when it's being annoying, I'm like, oh, but this music's here.
I'm
trying to-
behind because I haven't played 8, 9, or 10, but
Yeah, we haven't played
Um,
6 either.
I haven't played 6 either or 5. But so
I just played.
with that
5.
in mind, like I feel like I have an unpopular opinion. I think the most fun one I've played is Memories of Celceta, which I think a lot of people are kind of predisposed against it because, you know, it's very different from the existing Ys 4, and the PC Engine Ys 4 is considered really good. But I really like the gameplay in it. I really like I really like it when games kind of ask you to chart uncharted territory.
Yeah.
And so I really like, you know, kind of discovering like what's in the forest, filling in the map, stuff like that.
I love filling in maps. You know, it's.
I like
such a
it
basic
until
thing.
I start to get OCD about it.
Yep.
Then it stops being fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When it's like, oh, I didn't get that little corner over there.
Yeah.
It's like, why do I need it? There's gonna be
do
like
too
one little
many
thing.
things that like that kind of let you be OCD, and it's like, okay, I'm compelled to do this, but is it fun? I wish the game just didn't have this in it.
Yeah.
That's
something Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say with the long dialogue thing, that was one of my big concerns about Demonschool because it has a lot of writing, but I tried to keep it snappy-ish.
Yeah.
and weirdly, I have heard no complaints about there being too much dialogue, but I have heard complaints about there being too much combat getting in the way of the dialogue. It's not at all what I anticipated.
See-
I was really, because I was like, I got to put more battles in here because there's just going to be too much talking. And the only criticisms I've seen about the balance between battles and dialogue is too many battles.
See-
That I was not expecting it.
No, see, I mean, for old people like us, though, I think you've hit the right balance because, like,
Yeah.
I finally, you know, like, I've got a few Legend of Heroes games, and I'm like, all right, I'm finally going to play Trails of Cold Steel 1, and boy, let me tell you, people talk way too much for me in that game, like, way too much. Like,
I played Grand Blue Fantasy whatever.
Relink?
the
I haven't played that.
Relink,
like
yeah.
the console game?
Yes. So that is the first game ever in my life where I skipped cutscenes.
Oh, wow.
Because they have a paragraph summary when you skip
You
it,
just get it from that.
and you just get it from that because the characters they talk so much and say so little.
Yes,
they
well,
they never get into the point.
that was how
Or they're just
Tales
saying
of
the
Cold
same thing
Steel
over and over and
was.
over again.
Yeah.
Like so much was like okay, like the big problem that Cold Steel faces is that you've got like a cast, like your class is the main characters, and everyone in your class is an important main character. So you're like hit with like 11 important characters from the beginning. And so
Yeah.
you've got this situation where like everyone like chimes in to give their 2 cents, and it's
Yeah.
like, but you didn't
That's
actually have anything valuable to say. Like it
That's
didn't
the
advance
hardest thing.
anything.
With games that have a lot of characters, you feel as a writer like you don't want them to get forgotten about. So they just got to chime in. I wrote another game that had too many characters. It had way more too many characters, which is called Indivisible.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
there were so many characters, and it would just be like, oh, we gotta get them in here saying something. And so we would, and then it would kind of feel drawn out or a little forced or whatever. With Demonschool, we tried to keep it to where like there's more or less, like aside from the first week where you're meeting your main group, we tried to keep subsequent ones to be like, here's 1 or 2 new characters that you're gonna meet at a time, and they're important during this time, and they'll have side quests that involve them after that. But the core is these 4 characters, and everybody else is important for a set amount of time, and then they're still around, but they don't always have to chime in.
So it's sort of like episodic, like they're like
Yeah.
the special guest for this episode.
Yeah. Well, speaking of being old, that I did design this game structure around people who are busy and are intimidated by the idea of starting a game that's long. And so that's why it has this structure of weeks, then days, then time of day, so that you could like play one day, or you could play one time period in a short period of time and still hopefully get something out of it. And that was something that one review actually did pick up on, where they were like, I was really burning through this and I was kind of burning out on it, but then once I made the choice to play like one in-game day or two in a play session, then it felt like perfectly balanced for what I was trying to do. And so it is hard to accommodate both of those things at the same time, but you just got to give it a try.
I appreciate that it's like not, in relation to that, it's like not hard to kind of like follow what to do, where to go and stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
and you're told where the side things are, and
right. And like
and knowing that there's no like random battles.
Right.
Like,
I'm
you just
so
know that
bad.
The battles are part of the story.
Yeah.
And that's just.
I'm so bad at reading and like absorbing dialogue when streaming. Like, I'm not much of an RPG streamer. Like, I did stream an RPG recently on the Twitch stream, but that's like just by myself, no guests or anything. But I apologize, but the degree to which I'm absorbing the dialogue in the context of a stream is less than it normally would be. But that said, like, I don't have any, like, whether someone wanted to be invested in the story and characters or they just wanted to focus on the combat, like, it's okay. Like, you can kind of just have this stuff move along actually and like get to the next battle relatively easily if that's what you wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, you could just like stream or just
forlorn
only on the main objectives. You just go, mainline the story if you want to.
Yeah. So that was the other thing. We all the side quests don't move time forward, and all the side activities don't move time forward. So you can do them or not do them. And that we were thinking about the Yakuza series because I really like in those how you know what your main objective is. It's up here in the corner. You got to do that at some point. And when you look at your map, there's like a big pink circle where that is. Yeah. But then there's a bunch of other stuff, and you can go and do that and pretend that time doesn't exist, even though Kiryu is like, we got to get there.
Yeah.
She's going to be murdered or whatever.
It's just that time of the day. Like that night will last as long as you want it to, or that afternoon.
I am a big fan of like scripted passage of time versus continuously change. Like, do people never do main characters never sleep? And like, it never feels realistic anyway. Like, oh, this is the actual length of a day. Like, I think like, passage of time is like a continuously moving system is like rarely implemented that well, and scripted passage of time works much better, I think.
Yeah, continuous passage of time tends to stress me out a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, I do like time management games like Pikmin and Majora's Mask and stuff like that, though.
Not me, though. I mean, I don't mind it, but I have been trying to play Majora's Mask this year, and it's just not gone very well.
It went well that first stream you did, though.
It did. It went
well because I was helping you.
Yeah. Really quick, there was $10 from 60 FPS.
Oh, thank you.
Saying great pick tonight. Love you guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
I like your avatar with the that dog that has very pronounced eyebrows.
And by the way, this game isn't 60 FPS; it's 120 FPS right here on PS5. As if it really matters, though, for an isometric RPG. But whatever,
well,
it's cool.
You're doing it if you can
why
do
not?
It, why not? Right?
Why not?
And,
like
it matters for the bosses. Bosses are 3Ds.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, it does matter.
Also,
a little bit.
Joshua Eichert has been a member for 33 months. He did not have a message. Just let us know he's been a member for 33 months.
You were talking about when do these characters sleep, and someone in our forums asked a question that I hoped nobody would ask, which is, where are their beds?
Well, is there no
where do
dorm? So
they-
I guess you just can't visit the dorm.
No.
No.
I decided initially initially there was gonna be like a dorm that you were in, because I was thinking about Danganronpa and things where you have like your individual rooms and stuff, and like you can go knock on the character's door. That got abandoned very, very quickly. That only became a blip of a thought.
Well, see, like, exactly. Well, I mean, that's, like I said, Trails of Cold Steel earlier this year. Like, and I was saying earlier, like, certain things are just like this OCD-esque compulsion that's like, I feel I have to do this, but it's not fun. Like, every night in the dorm, it's like I go knock on every character's door.
Right.
And I hated that I was doing that, but I couldn't stop myself from doing it.
Yeah.
For more dialogue you didn't care about.
Yep.
Yeah, and I thought about that kind of stuff even with the final version of this, because we do have NPCs say something new every week, and then every time there's some big event, a bunch of NPCs have new things to say as well. But
Right,
I don't want
like it
people
when
to
it's
feel
clear when a NPC is going to say something different, because it's the worst feeling when I start an RPG and like the first NPC I talk to them a second time and they say something different. I'm like, well, here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go. It's a talk to them twice game. And then you talk to them a third time and they say something different again. It's like, well, now it's one of those games where I have to talk to everyone until their dialogue loops or they repeat the last one.
Yeah.
Yep, like, I feel compelled to see all that dialogue, but I don't want it to be there.
Yeah, I know. And I feel like with this, it's just so hard to hit that balance, because I didn't want people to feel like they had, I felt like I had to put dialogue if there was an NPC in an area in a certain time. Like, I didn't want it to be empty, but also I didn't want people to feel like they had to check every time.
Right.
I don't think I exactly achieved that, because I think people do feel like they have to check every time.
Well, I mean,
it's really
again, I'm streaming, so like, and also like I just came off of Trails of Cold Steel a few months ago where I kind of learned to flex my, like, I don't care about talking to every character muscle, which is a muscle I don't flex very often, but I had to learn to do it to survive that game. And so like, I'm like, you know what? It's okay if maybe I don't see everything. Cause like, I do like how things just kind of are flowing very friction free with the dialogue here,
Yeah. There's a lot of jokes in the NPCs. I was able to put a lot of my stupid jokes in there, which
I mean, I've noticed at least 2 buy forevers.
Yeah, there's probably only a couple. Maybe there's more.
I do want to like mention the soundtrack, because the soundtrack is super good in this. And one of the things I like about it is it really feels like Red Book audio. You know what I mean? Like where you get, like in a Sega CD or Saturn game or just of that era.
Well, we did talk about that. So that's one element of it, which is I don't know if you've heard me talk about this before, but we were thinking about what is the digital equivalent of practical effects in movies, because I like practical effects in movies a lot, because they look simultaneously more and less real at the same time. They are truly real because they're there. They're not real because they're not necessarily realistic. And I think that's really neat, and I like it. And
I like these polygon trees here.
In this game, we basically tried to make the world look semi-pixel art, but it's actually 3D. And that was one little thing. And then whenever we move the camera, it kind of shows you that there's the character sprites are billboards, and they look a little off, and hopefully that gives them kind of an interesting thing.
I love billboard characters in a 3D space.
It's what we yeah, and then with certain explosions and things, we actually took like a 2D animated texture and then wrapped it around an invisible sphere so that it would look like it would actually have dimension, but would still be a 2D object. So just like trying to do some things to make it a little weirder, but I like that gap that you have with Sega CD, TurboGrafx CD, where you have a certain fidelity of visual, and then you have a much higher fidelity of music. Mm-hmm. And the mismatch there is really neat to me. It puts you in this kind of weird space as a player, kind of subconsciously. And Italian horror films, which are a very large influence on Demonschool, do that in a different way where they are very there'll be horrifying stuff happening in the scene, but the music will be very like beautiful and transcendent, and so there'll be like a kind of a mismatch gap between those things, but the mismatch is what makes it fit. And so that was another consideration, and the music is incredibly 70s Italian horror influenced. So Claudio Simonetti, Fabio Frizzi, Goblin, these kinds of Bruno Nicolai, these kinds of influences were very heavy, and all of the synthesized sounds are of the era. They're all using
that's awesome.
Digital instruments of the era. And so even in the Friday battle music, which is much more like high intensity, that is based on a New York band called Suicide that started in the 70s and was very, very early with just using electronic instruments and stuff. And so it's still, even though it has more of kind of like a 80s or later vibe to it, it's still actually very rooted in that time. And it's been neat because a lot of younger players have been like unaware of the source, the influences of the music, and are like, it's neat that you created this new type of sound, which is great. I love that. But yeah, if you are a ridiculous watcher of Italian horror films or music from that era, you will there are a lot of referential things going on. The Weekend tracks are very based on Bob James, the jazz composer, who did the opening for Taxi, if you know that old TV show. Yep. So it's very much in that vein for that music. It's just kind of the way that our composer Kurt Feldman works is he actually likes to get an example of what you want, a direct example of what you want. And then he will make something that sounds basically like that without stealing any of the parts of it. So, he will make something that sounds like this track that Fabio Frizzi did for the Beyond. And another streamer, Casey Explosion, was like, I love this track because it reminds me so much of the Beyond. And I was like, well, that's exactly what we referenced for this. It's literally that movie. And that stuff is fun for me, at least.
Yeah, and it's interesting because I feel like you said that is it Kurt Feldman, because he does the music for the podcast also, but yes. I feel like I heard you mention before that he doesn't even like listen to game music.
No, he turns the first thing he does is he turns the soundtrack off.
That's
for like everything he plays.
Everything he
like,
plays.
that's wild to me.
It is. I would never do that. And so that's
How can
why
you
we
trust
have...
this man?
I know. It's funny because I didn't find that out until like 2 months ago.
It's
so
too late.
He independently wanted to do a bunch of ambient sound for the background of Demonschool because of this, because he was like, I'm not gonna listen to the music even if it's mine. So I want to have, and it's obviously it's great to have ambient sounds going on in the background of your game. It's neat and it adds to the world. But yeah, since we did that delay, it was like, all right, well, might as well. Let's put it in there.
Ended up for the best, I guess, right?
Yeah, we got to add a lot of stuff because of that.
Speaking of ambient sounds, I just like triggered a memory because I think that Charlie, I talked to you about this a bit, and I feel like Brandon was the first person I heard mention this about like footsteps in games. Like
yes.
Like I don't mind it so much in 3D games, but I really hate it in 2D games.
Yeah, and we do have them in Demonschool, but they're turned down, and they have a complete random variance, so that it doesn't get that part of my brain where it's going.
Yeah.
When it does that, I'm just like, oh my god.
I haven't noticed it actually, so that's good.
Good. Well, I wish I hadn't said it, and then you.
Well, no, I mean, because I kind of feel the same way as Coury, and is not. I mean, maybe not to the same extent, but it is not.
Like this would be fine because it's like mostly 3D, but like just side scrollers, like even something like Super Metroid, it annoys me.
Yeah, it's weird. It's just too rhythmic for me. That's what it. I don't know if it's that way for you, but for me, it's just like it's too rhythmic, but then you stop and then the rhythm starts again, so it becomes rhythmic.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like it feels like sort of more retro styles of games are supposed to, your attention is supposed to be drawn, like, you know, the music is supposed to be really in the forefront, I feel, right? And you know, not ambient sounds in older games, not so much. So when it's like aping a retro style but like has too much of these other things to listen to beyond the music and like basic attack sounds, like sometimes it just feels like overly layered or too complex, or I don't know what I'm supposed to be listening to. I don't know.
Yeah. Yep. Well, now we're getting a clubhouse in here.
Slowly. I mean,
slowly but surely.
If he's moving at a good clip, I bet he can make it to the first boss.
Yeah.
He's moving a lot faster than I did, but I was like going to every area every time I had to see if anybody says anything different.
I'm trying to keep things.
You know, like opening up those extra skills, I feel like you really gotta explore a bit to find those. They are doled out like fairly slowly. I feel like I think I only have 3 at this point.
Yeah, well, there's way too many of them. There's like 50 or something. No, I think. Yeah, I think at one point we had 66. Then that number changed. We do a lot of the timings in this game are like 0.666. Just and it's partially a joke, but it's also having consistent internal timings helps the game subconsciously feel more consistent.
Yeah.
So a lot of like the movements in the battle and stuff, like how quick a tile moves and stuff, it's those numbers.
Would you say that the color palettes used for like the character portraits is kind of like based on PC Engine CD or Sega CD type like big anime character sorts of scenes?
Well, I didn't actually think about that for this, but it's more like they needed to have a relatively unique silhouette. They needed to have their own like kind of hero color, so that you could recognize them easily at a glance. And the creation of the characters was a quite laborious process. We went through a lot of iterations, and ultimately what wound up happening was see, now you can choose your party.
Right. I couldn't the previous, although I only have 4 characters.
There's only enough to.
Yeah, but you can choose where they are at least, which sometimes matters. But not it doesn't matter that much in these early ones. But yeah, I wound up looking at a lot of high fashion and a lot of street fashion, and adding things that, or not, like obviously you can't copy things, but took a lot of inspiration from those and kind of cobbled them together. So I would make a mood board, and then our artist would put together like a bunch of ideas, and then I would be like, I like A from this, I like B from that, and whatever. And we'd sort of put them together. But they also all had to have a connection to their unknown to themselves demon hunting heritage rather. So like Newt's family runs a shrine, and so he's got this scarf, but it is the color of a Buddhist robe, and he has like the beads on his arm to indicate that. And Namako, she is her family going back many generations would like seal demons in like paper, and so her photography is the version of that.
Fatal frame action.
Indeed. And other characters are like, you know, sold tinctures or whatever, just like anyone that had some kind of like the next character you get, it's not spoiling too much because we already talked about Pocket anyway, who uses animals to fight with.
Okay.
Was like a shamanistic style, using communing with animals to fight demons in back down the line. So everybody has kind of, and so she wears like, she's got like fringe and stuff, fringe jacket to have like a cowboy kind of, like that's how it ultimately went. How it by the 1800s they became cowboys and cowgals, and then by now it's like all of that's forgotten, but somehow it's still being expressed in her clothing. So we tried to do that with all of them. And they also all have poses. Their idol poses are all in battle are all from this kung fu book that I got when I was a kid, and that I loved looking at, and I'd be like, oh, mantis style, so cool. And so they basically all have martial arts stances of some sort. And so like Mercy, who is the character I was talking about who uses the animals, she just has her hands out like this, which doesn't look like a martial arts stance, but it is like one Aikido stance that you start in is a neutral with just your hands like out and available. So yeah, that's the answer to that question, I think. If you get me started on something, I can just keep going.
It's just so interesting to think about how many interests and life experiences like gets put into a game. And at some point, do you ever feel like I'm afraid of like not having anything new to put into a game?
No, I'm not worried about that. It's more like, I think the thing I worry about more is if I put so much of myself into this thing and it doesn't resonate, what's wrong with me? Like what have I done? Like what is it for if it doesn't mean anything to people?
Right.
Luckily that has, like, of course nobody knows that I got poses from, I had my artists get poses from my childhood kung fu book. Like, nobody knows that, and it's not important that they know that. But if they think that the characters' poses are in any way interesting, then I've succeeded, I guess,
right.
Is how I feel. So yeah, but I'm never gonna run out of things to reference ever in my life. Like, I love searching for things. I love finding new things. I like learning about stuff, and I'm not gonna stop doing that. I don't think ever. So there's always gonna be new nonsense to put in there.
Yeah.
Like recently, I found out about these Brody like little slot machines. You like spin it, and you try to get the same thing, and it's fully mechanical. It's just these lead things in here, and there's little springs, and it's like Bakelite plastic stuff, and they had like a specific use in certain kinds of games that are out of fashion now. There's no reason to have one, but it's such a cool little thing. It's a cute little guy. It's weighty. It like weighs half a pound or something like that.
And you can sit there and
you just sit
and
there
spin
and mess
it,
with
right? Like it's like almost like a fidget in a way.
Yeah, and I don't know. I saw this in an antique shop, and it was not expensive, and I bought it because I liked it. But then I took it home, and I learned about it, and I learned about what it was for and why people used it and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the kind of thing that I find constantly inspiring and interesting.
Yeah.
And like, so on the weekend, there's the Van Man, which I guess you will have seen at this point, which is where you rent videotapes. That is based on a real phenomenon. One of our programmers lives in rural Ireland and has lived there his entire life, and there was never a video store built there because the community was too small. And so they instead had a guy who rolled around the communities with a van full of tapes, and he would come by your house if you knew him. Like if you knew someone who knew him, then he would come by your house, open up the van. It's like carpeted inside, and he'll like lean around and give you recommendations or something, or like, oh yeah, you got this one last time. I just got this in, pretty good, and then he'd come back in a week, and you'd return your tapes, and you'd get some new tapes.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, our programmer Shane was telling me about that, and I was like, well, that's got to be in here. Like that's too interesting.
Yeah. And it like plays directly to like a lot of your interests too.
Yeah. And then I was like, oh, but then I have to write a bunch of reviews if we're gonna do that. Well, but then I was like, well, I have a notes app. I have in my notes app. I've reviewed like 500 movies and never posted them anywhere. So I was like, I'll just rewrite some of those, and I'll put and then they put them in the newspaper, and then it's like, oh, but now we need to, or I was like, now we need a place to have them, and then that's why it's like, okay, well, let's have a student newspaper, and then in the newspaper, it'll have a screenshot of whatever boss you just beat. Anyway, that's how things spiral out of control.
But that's so cool, and I really appreciated the fact that the movies you can borrow from the Van Man are real.
They're all real. Yeah, they're all real movies. Those are real reviews and what I actually think about those movies. And
that's really cool. I chose The Blob as my first one.
Yeah, I love that one. That movie was really like underappreciated in its era, but it's proper scary.
I rewatched it last month.
You know, that was a box
I'd only ever
office
seen
flop?
it once before. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah,
Well, it's like super like violent.
And like the guy that you think they're setting up to be the main character,
right?
Like dies like, I don't know, 30 minutes into the movie.
Yeah, dude gets
Which
dissolved.
is like, you kind of don't do that.
Yeah, I think it's really neat. It's obviously just a pulpy movie, but it's kind of neat structurally. The visual effects that they achieved are just like, they're nuts. They're nuts even now. Like looking at that, how the heck
there's very few shots that like in it that I'm like, oh, like that could have been better.
You know, the review that is in the game is like, the Blob looks worse the bigger it gets.
That's true. It does.
The
And
effect
that's because
is worse the bigger it gets.
right because they start green screening it.
Yeah.
At a certain
That's like
point.
when the movie theater part, right? Is that where they do it?
Yeah. And then it starts to be like, all right, now we're back in 50s blob territory.
Yeah.
But the blob scared my little sister so much that we had a VHS tape of it at my dad's house, and she was scared that because the blob could go anywhere. She was like 4, and she shouldn't have watched that movie. And she was scared that the blob was gonna come out of the tape, and so I had to go take it to my mom's house, get the blob out of there.
When I was like 19, I remember I rented the Texas Chainsaw Massacre like with my girlfriend at the time, and
The movie's hardcore.
it is, and it's like it's not. There's really no blood in that movie,
Right.
but
It's it's so nihilistic. It's just like
yes,
deeply psychologically, it gets in your heart. It's like, oh man, everybody sucks, huh?
Well, after I watched it, I felt so dirty.
Yeah.
That I returned it to the video store immediately
Oh man.
because I could not. I didn't want it in the house.
Right.
It just made me
times.
feel gross.
There was
there's
some
also-
debate. Oh, go ahead.
Oh,
Sorry,
really
go
quick, I just want to read this. It's just a quick super chat from Tilb Toast. Thank you. $2 Canadian. Just saying wonderful.
ahead. Nice.
Thank you.
Nice. Should I be looking at some of these chat things? I should,
That's okay. I
people-
mean,
people asking good questions in here. I should probably be scrolling, but I'm not.
it's all right. I'm keeping an eye on it.
Okay.
You know?
All right.
That's why there's 2 of us.
Yeah,
for the
for these streams, we
because
always-
it's a little. I mean, we're still not pros at keeping up with the chat. We always try to hit the super chats, and we try to pick out random other things that people say that are interesting. But it's once I get into a conversation, I just get like tunnel vision and like can't see anything else but like the words falling out of my mouth.
Yeah.
Try can talk more so than I can. I think.
Only when it's
He
something
just-
I'm interested in.
Yeah. I'll always remember when we recorded that discussion about the 30 game music tracks or something like that, and you talked for 15 minutes straight without any kind of interruption about getting on the boat in Final Fantasy 11. For the first time, you just started talking about it.
It was an incredible experience that can't be replicated.
It went on for 15 minutes.
Well,
And with zero input from me.
Well, you had nothing to say about it.
I know. I'm like, okay.
When I started my job at the college TV station, like right after graduation, like the students wanted to start up like an entertainment show, and I was like, well, no one is allowed to do games but me, okay? And so I did a review of Xenosaga Episode 3, and I don't know, I assumed I'd probably been talking like 8, maybe 10 minutes, and then it's like they're like, that was 20 minutes.
Oh wow.
This is why I script and use a teleprompter. No shame.
Yeah.
Keeps you on track.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
It's good. I'm impressed that your college TV station paid anybody, because I ran a show on USC's Trojan Vision, and I shouldn't get paid for that.
This was after he graduated.
Well,
was,
I mean,
became
the
an employee.
students,
But nobody was getting paid on
the
that.
students didn't get paid, but I was a staff member. Like I graduated, and then the guy who was in the staff position left that summer, and I'd been hoping my entire college career actually that he was going to leave. But right when I graduated, he did, and so I took his job.
Nice. Oh, we got my favorite riddle here.
Oh,
Yeah, what's brown and sticky?
I love Destin because he's an idiot.
Yeah.
But that's
He-
what's fun
He,
about it.
he's like he makes me think of of Bimmy and Jimmy.
Oh, and
Sure.
yeah,
He's a double dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, in Double Dragon Neon, when they're idiots in that
stick.
one. Yeah.
It's a stick. Writing dumb characters is the most fun. And it's really fun to write. Like, not necessarily dumb, but like very, very straightforward.
Yes.
Very like bullheaded characters that are like, I'm going this way. And they're not going to turn no matter what is in front of them. They're still going that way. That's my favorite kind of character to write. Big dumb dumbs.
I was talking to Brady Hartle.
Mhm.
He did some stuff in the intro for this, and he did like a trailer or something like that.
So
Oh
he's,
yeah, the intro is pretty awesome in this.
Yeah.
yeah, so the intro is animated 100, drawn and animated 100% by Mariel Cartwright. By
Oh
herself.
yeah.
She did that solo, and then Brady did all the VFX and the like, yeah, just all the and the texture to it and and stuff like that. So yeah, they tag teams that, and it looks real good, and
Yeah.
I'm happy that they got involved. I've known Mariel for like 20 years at this point. And we've worked on a variety. We worked on Indivisible together and other projects as well. But yeah, she happened to have time, and so she was like, "I'm interested in doing it by myself." Like,
Yeah.
let's do it.
Right, because I guess the
can't do
artwork is very similar, I guess, to like the character design or whatever, or artwork is very similar to like Indivisible. I guess.
Right.
Was there?
I
Did
see
she
it-
work
I
on
see it now,
Skullgirls
yeah.
also?
Yeah.
Okay, so she's like
Yeah.
what part? Like was it Future Club or whatever?
Yeah, she was the lead animator on Skullgirls, and then
Okay.
initially the art director, and then the creative director on Indivisible.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep, and she also did a lot of regular style work on this. Like, she did the avatar for Pocket the dog. She did a bunch of background work and various enemy sprites and things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only avatars not done by Catherine were done by Mariel.
Nice. Yeah, I have Indivisible, and I also like backed it on Kickstarter. I've not really played beyond like the intro, and it's a gorgeous looking game. I mean,
yeah, it's fine.
I think when Brady was on this stream is when I may have booted it up for the first time to talk about it.
Yeah, it's it's not really my kind of game. Yeah, and I think it was not a lot of. I think a lot of the people that were working on it, it wasn't necessarily their kind of game, and so there was a little struggle in there. I think a lot of them wound up liking it in the end, but I only played it with. There's like a cheat code where you could not do the battles, and you would just hit an enemy with your axe or your arrows, and they would die. And I played through it that way. And I liked that. I thought that was good. That was a good way to play.
But that Valkyrie profile was like that Valkyrie profile battle system was one of the biggest selling points for it, right?
Yeah, except it wasn't
on the Kickstarter.
It wasn't Valkyrie profile in the end. It was more like turn-based Marvel versus Capcom. With like it was very fighting game, and it was too much of the like combo pacing type stuff that I don't enjoy in fighting games. Right. So that's why I kind of like the way that you do blocks and parries and stuff. It just didn't work for me. But whatever.
A balloon.
Yeah,
it's okay.
I like how grumpy the balloon is.
Yeah.
Oh, now you're starting to get to these enemies that they will explode.
Yes.
Oh.
But you can knock. But one thing I really like about this is how the enemies can kill each other. Like the boss can like kill enemies.
Yeah. Yeah, and these like, if this guy explodes, it'll poison the ones around it.
Explodes when near opponent or upon death. So
yeah. So you can.
So you
punch
can-
him
Seems tricky
backwards
to
and
defeat
goes
it without
back and he
it being
blows up.
adjacent, though.
Well, so it's actually hard where it is positioned right now, but it doesn't explode until the next turn. So you hit it,
And it will show you
and
where it's
then
gonna explode.
next turn it'll explode. Yeah, or if you hit it once, it'll explode next turn. But if you like reduce all its HP, it'll explode right then.
Ah.
It's very much like the Boomer from Left 4 Dead,
Okay.
which was its production name.
Yeah. I see Master Safer in the chat was saying that the battle system in Indivisible is a lot like Project X Zone. I don't know if that's
Sure.
true.
I think they pronounce. I think they.
the Project
think
Cross Zone.
Weirdly, it was Project Cross Zone. Yeah, I think it's called
Yeah.
Project Cross Zone. Yeah, although I think Project Cross Zone was a little simpler.
Yeah.
That's my oldie times recollection of that, though. I can't understand. Remembering things is hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, Indivisible was all right though. That was an all right game. More people should have played that one. I think. Even though the battle system didn't really work for me, it was a neat idea, and it's cool when you try things.
Yeah.
it looks like something I could enjoy, but Valkyrie Profile never really clicked with me, but I don't think it was really the right. It wasn't the right game at the right time for me, and it doesn't explain itself very well, and I just couldn't figure out the timing
That's a
of it.
Tri-Ace problem a lot of times.
Yeah, I had that problem times 10 with Resonance of Fate.
Yeah.
Which
Oh my gosh, that game! Oh man, that I kind of really got into that.
Some people who understand how to do it have a different kind of brain than I do, because I like 10 or 12 or 15, I don't know how many hours in, they were like, by now you understand how to do this battle system, but the answer was no. I didn't, and I never figured it out. And once they were like, yeah, you got to know how to flip around and shoot these guys when you're up on top of them and whatever. It's like, if you told me how to do that, I was not aware of it. Yeah.
Yeah,
But I really liked how that game looked. It was neat looking and weird.
Yeah.
I like how I like how every episode in the game just is kind of really stupid.
Mhm.
And they're just encountering these really stupid scenarios all the time, and but the overarching story is told really subtly underneath all of the absurdity, and it doesn't really come together until the end. Which normally I would probably not like that, but it kind of, I don't know, it worked for me.
Yeah, I mean, if you like Tri-Ace, you're ready to go on that kind of stuff. I think.
Whoa, wait.
Yeah,
Why did?
Well, because it was going to blow up on the next turn, whatever happens to it. So
Yeah, it's showing you what's going to happen though, at least.
Oh,
yeah.
whatever.
So
yeah,
I
you
mean,
see
Why?
those danger tiles.
I didn't hit it though. So it just
Well,
it blows
did
up
hit
whether
it.
I hit it or not.
you technically hit it with. So first of all, it's going to blow up next turn because it's next to it, because it's activated itself. Because it was next to a character. But
you just
now
wanna
you're
stay out of
moving
the
it,
way.
and so you're just moving where it's going to blow up.
Yeah,
I
I would
see.
just stay out of that.
Well, I
Or
don't
you could-
even
you could
see
be
the
poisoned.
zone now, so
Yeah, so there were two overlapping zones. One of them was the guy that was going to jump over there, and then the other one was there were two
explosion.
zones going on. And so by stunning the guy that was going to jump, you removed the dangerous zone because he wasn't going to move anymore.
I see.
That's what happened. Yeah, I realize the irony of talking about Tri-Ace's complicated battle system as I'm explaining to you what's happening in mine.
But at the same time,
You could have done that without getting poisoned, by the way.
Oh,
Just sidestep the other way.
ah,
Yeah. and then you hit 2. Not poisoned.
I actually wasn't even like I say, my intelligence for this stuff is greatly reduced in the stream.
Yeah,
like I wasn't even paying attention that, oh yeah, there's a poison tile there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's the toughest part. We usually don't stream RPGs on these streams specifically, unless it's something we played before.
Yeah, like
No,
it's
that makes
fun
sense.
just doing another run of Chrono Trigger or Final Fantasy IV or something.
The best,
Yeah.
Don't need to pay
the best
attention
way
to
to like solo stream an RPG is all those VTubers and whatnot that they just do all the voices, and so
Right.
it like gives them a thing to
Yeah.
do.
Yeah,
During
I've tried. I mean, I'm not good at voices, but I've done that with a few games that were, it's kind
Yeah,
of funny.
people seem to
Yeah.
like it. It's
Or when
pretty
the
good.
the dialogue is inessential, I guess. I played through my first Pokemon game on a live stream. I played through Pokemon Violet, and because Pokemon came out when I was just starting college, and I was just not gonna. Just had no interest in it at that time, and I'd bounced off of it every time I tried. But then I played it on a stream, and it was a lot of fun, especially when I had people in the chat kind of backseating the experience, saying, "Oh, this is good. This is so and so. You should." I don't mind so much in that, but there was a lot of dialogue in that, but it's all like meaningless most of the
Yeah,
for
it's
the
all
most
pretty
part.
stupid.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's rare to find someone in that world that wants to talk about anything other than Pokemon.
Yeah.
True. One of the things that we worked on with the action phase there was how the characters can overlap each other's moves, because of what we have in the planning phase, we know where all the characters are going to end up, so we don't have to fire them necessarily in the same order, as long as the outcome is the same.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, and we were looking at Suikoden and how they
Right, the auto battle, like
yeah how they,
yeah,
yeah
auto
they
battle
kinda
looks
do that,
awesome.
and they all just fly out there and do stuff.
Yeah.
And we thought that was fun, so we tried to push that a little bit in this. as
So
well.
I mean, that's a big part of the appeal, is actually seeing how your plan plays out.
Yeah.
If anybody in the chat wants to find out more about the development of this, I highly recommend watching the video on NoClip 2 that just came out a few days ago that Brandon shot with them back in August or something.
Yeah, we shot it in
September.
August before the game was going to come out in September,
Yeah.
and like 2 weeks before, and we were just like I was delirious while I was doing that video, because we were like really sprinting to the finish line there.
Yeah.
And then suddenly we moved the game 2.5 months, and so he had a lot more time to work on it.
And you realize, like, hey, wait, maybe I should have just put it here at all to begin with. Like, if the deadline you
Yeah,
set
but-
for yourself wasn't as critical as you had imagined it was.
Well,
Well-
it's probably a big part of it just wanting to get it out.
Well,
right?
yeah. Like sometimes when I'm working on a project, people are like, oh, take your time, release it when it's ready. I'm like, I need this out of my life.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, in our case, we were going to be out of money, so we had to release it. Like it was our target, like that was the target, but it was also, we had enough money until our target is what it was. But the publisher paid for the delay, basically. So we were able to go a couple more months, but we wouldn't have been able to otherwise, because we need to start getting income from it rather than spending.
Oh, dude, look at this boss fight. This
There
was
it is.
made for our channel.
That face is the lead 3D artist Brent Porter. That's his face. Yeah.
After this battle, I think it's Destin that says, Did we just punch a TV
Yeah.
or something? Did we just fight, or did I just punch a TV?
Okay, so
Some-
is the TV itself a target?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You want to hit?
Well,
you
because
wanna
I don't.
hit the TV.
There's no like card for it, so I guess it's a mystery what it does.
Yeah, we don't give cards for the bosses.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, we're big CRT fans, so just like seeing the CRT love in this
Yes.
game.
This
Oh, yeah.
is. This couldn't end a better way for our audience. Fighting like I'm having a hard time imagining what Namco can even do to this thing.
So we, not to get too Calvin Ball, but we do allow our non-combatants to hit bosses.
Oh, okay. So Newt's not really living up to his
Pacifist.
pacifist
Yeah.
thing.
That is.
Oh, look at that big one. I love that.
It probably behooves you. Well, never mind.
Yeah, I already hit triangle.
It behooves you to hit it as many times as you can in a turn.
Yeah.
Each turn.
It took me 8 turns to beat this.
Ah.
I beat it because it shifts and then.
Yeah.
See, I didn't think it was going to be moving, so.
Yeah, that's what the big. I see, right. Yeah, and that's what we kind of like to do with this is, maybe the first time you see the boss, you're like, what is it gonna do? I see there's something dangerous happening here. I'm not exactly sure what it's gonna be, and then.
Oh wait, can I not?
Those TVs explode. So.
Oh, okay.
You gotta avoid them.
Is it just going to explode on the one tile adjacent to it, though?
No, I
No,
think
when you hit it, it has a larger area of effect.
Yeah.
But
so
I
it
can't
just
see
also-
what that is right now.
And right next to Faye is where you would be standing is where another thing is going to drop. You see that?
Oh, so that's where things
Dangerous.
are going to drop, not necessarily where
Yep.
it's exploding. I see.
Yeah.
I was
It's not
trying to
gonna
like
drop.
punch the TV and get rid of it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you want to just like stay out of any of the red zones.
Mhm.
or potentially further away, I guess.
Yeah.
And you want to hit that. So you kind of want to like, you want
I
to
feel
hit.
like
the
I'm
thing,
making bad choices.
Stay out of the zones, but also stay close enough, because now you know it's going to move back over there.
Yeah.
Oh,
wanna
so the
stay-
red zone is where it's moving.
Yep.
So
this
if
case.
I'm staying on a zone where, oh, I see the little explosion icon around
Yeah.
there, but then these don't have the explosion.
And when it shifts, it will also kill the enemies that are in that spot too.
Okay,
Yep.
but I assume it's like insta death for any of my people.
Yeah.
Oops,
Yeah.
I
So
punched.
you should probably use Destin and hit the guy.
Just
the
hit it
thingy
again,
another
yeah.
time at least. Yeah. And have have Namiko do it too. Oh yeah, she can. There you go. Yeah, you gotta grind away at it.
You're gonna be caught up to me then after this. I just didn't-
Well, I probably went through the text a lot faster than I would have.
Yeah.
If I weren't streaming.
TVs. TV. Yeah, there's a lot of TVs in this game.
I love it.
There's a Saturn you can get at some point. It doesn't do anything, but it's there.
That's the other thing I liked about in that no clip interview. You talked about how this was developed with limitations, as if it was developed for a sequel to the Sega Saturn.
Yeah.
Wait, special?
Special doesn't work on it because you can't knock it back.
Oh.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to do 2 flame damage. That
Yeah,
I
you
can't.
can't.
I can only do 1 damage to the boss.
No matter what, you can only do 1 damage at a time.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Yeah, basically, bosses are special, and the rationale in the game is so you're moving in these weird ways because you're in between human and demon space, and the reason that humans are 2D and these bosses are 3D is basically the human world is 2-dimensional. The demon world is 3-dimensional, and the demon world is coming through to the human world in such a way that the backgrounds are actually 3D, but they kind of look 2D. And the regular demons you fight are 2D because they too are in between the demon and human worlds, and they're weaker demons and they can't fully manifest themselves. But the bosses are strong, and so they can more fully manifest, and they're 3D. But they're more powerful, and so you can only hit them for one each turn.
I've lost. I should not leave Namiko there. I was like, I've lost track of Namiko. Where is she?
You have any more AP though?
Huh? Well, no,
Yeah,
You can
I
sidestep with her
undid
and then
Newt's
diagonally out of
thing.
there.
Oh, wait. Nope, that's not going to get her out.
Yeah,
of the
sidestep
danger
to the
zone.
right and then diagonally to the left, and you can get her out, but close
Yeah.
to the destination. Yeah, that'll be good.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
See, I put her move in last, but she like moved at the
Right.
beginning of the turn. Yeah, I didn't. That's a nice touch. I didn't notice though. That's really cool.
So you see the bottom half of the TVs are now busted, indicating
yeah.
Oh, okay.
progression of damage. Those TVs are piling up. It's gonna be tough to deal with soon.
Mm. But I can't
But they
destroy
also,
them, right?
I guess.
You can,
But
they'll
okay.
explode and do
See
damage
again because
to
like
her.
there's no like card. Like I was like,
Yeah.
oh, I guess I can't interact with this.
So they're objects, and objects don't get cards, and there are more objects as you go along.
I
This
see.
is the first object that you see.
So she can punch those. Namiko
Yeah.
can.
Yeah. Any character can hit,
You use all their
Objects,
special. Oh, I guess.
and
not.
they can also hit bosses.
Oh yeah. Could I use her special to destroy them?
Maybe so.
Yeah.
Oh no, you can't pass through the objects, but you might be able to. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't think I can.
Yeah.
Have you, Brandon? Have you seen anybody streaming this like on Twitch? Have you gone in to see
Some, yeah.
how it's going?
Yeah, it's interesting. We had Mori Calliope stream, which is cool.
Who's that?
She's like the biggest English language VTuber, Hollow
Oh,
Live
wow.
VTuber. Yeah, she streamed it. Another VTuber who I liked called Berrybug streamed it. It's pretty good. And then just a lot of regular human beings. Casey Explosion streamed it. She did a good job. I've just like I've rated a few of the Twitch streams and been like, "Hello, I'm the developer. I'm one of the developers of this game. Thanks for streaming it. Goodbye."
It's always fun to see the dev
Yeah.
pop in on a stream.
Well, it's like
it's
an
happened to
actor
us a few
or
times.
A,
like just pop into
director
the
like
chat.
showing up to like a screening of their movie. You know, it's
Yeah, it's fun. But I don't have too much. I don't have a lot of time, so I haven't been able to do it as much as I might.
so. After the delay, were you able to just kind of like stop and breathe a bit and just focus on like what you wanted to do, or did you have a huge list of things that you
We're
were going to
fixing
do anyways in that
bugs.
amount of time?
Yeah, we're fixing bugs. There's stuff that I wanted to get in that's not in.
Mhm.
There's a lot of stuff. Yeah, so we're not relaxing yet. And poor Lottie, she's the porting programmer. She's
Mhm.
had a lot to do because she's got to right now she has to do all the non-battle bug fixes. Michael Kerwin does the battle ones, and then she has to do the rest, and then build all the patches and push them to platforms. Because our other main programmer, who would be doing a lot of the bug fixes, he had a vacation planned for our release day, which he planned when our release date was 2.5 months earlier.
Yeah.
And so he's gone. He's gone for 3 weeks. And so
Yeah.
poor Lottie is she's just on her own. Oh, so here's a situation in which you can use Destined Special.
Oh.
Yeah, if you get him and attack that grunt with a special, then it should bonk into the boss.
Aha.
Yeah, there you go.
Perfect.
And yeah, I think if you can attack a couple times with Faye. Yeah,
Well,
go
I
with
need to
Namiko
get...
as well. Attack with Namiko, and then.
Well, I've
have
already
Faye hit a
attacked
couple
twice with Faye.
Yeah, you might be able to. Oh, I guess you did. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I can get it this turn.
It's so close though. Newt can hit once. Yes, Namiko can hit one more time. Newt can get it once if he goes sidesteps left and then diagonally in.
Oh yeah, but he's not going. He's going to be in the.
Yeah, I think
danger
you're gonna
zone.
be one. You're gonna be one off. So never mind. Never mind.
Yeah, he's going to be in the
One-
danger zone.
One hit point away. But if you were able to do it in this turn, it wouldn't matter the danger zones. You'd just win.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's no worries. You just
But-
do it.
But I'm not really getting damaged hardly. Like Deuce just kind of
No.
been hanging out here, not without a lot
You're-
to do.
You're avoiding well.
Like these the possessed students in the bottom aren't doing much.
No. You can hit with Namiko one more time.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
And you'll get it in this turn. All right, our second tier has been destroyed. That's a very. We were going more Saturn with this, but that lightning effect is very, very PS1.
Yeah.
I do like the lightning effect.
Yeah.
It is nice.
So that's why it was kind of Saturn 2.0. It's in between the Saturn and what came later. We had a little more fanciness in there, but also a lot of specific constraints.
Mm-hmm.
All right, smash,
Smash and smash.
and that's
That'll
it.
do it. Yeah. Yeah, you could.
And
just
and I
end
assume I
turn.
don't need to worry about any of these other. I mean, I could just
Yeah, you could just hit the action button.
yeah. I mean, there's no reason since there's no experience. I guess there's no reason to like I'm compelled to destroy more enemies. Like when
Well,
I'm like already sealing the level,
Yeah.
but it's like I don't have to. There's no
The reason is you'll get more money.
more money. Okay, but in this level, I don't know if that
Opals.
matters.
No, it doesn't really. Not too much.
Oh, look at that dither on the fading out too.
Mm-hmm. Yep. We love a dither.
Final Fantasy
Well, now you're
VI
officially
and
caught
Chrono
up to-
Trigger
well, I
are
did
the
the
gold
weekend
standard
yet.
boss disappearing though.
Yeah, the one of the difficult things about writing this is most games and I don't know, youth media like manga and anime, they
Love Punchy TVs,
tend-
that's all I know.
That's right. They tend to start out with your main character not knowing things and having to learn things because it's a very good and easy construct for teaching the player and teaching everyone about the world. But Faye knows the most about what's going on of anybody in this situation. She doesn't know everything, but that was actually kind of a hard thing to write. A character that kind of knows what's going on.
Yeah.
It's hard to write that when you also want there to be mystery stuff. But that we kind of got there. Well, I should probably go eat dinner.
Yeah. I mean, that was the perfect ending point.
Yeah.
for the
Make sure you
stream.
save your game.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just did it.
It does have an autosave, but doesn't look like you were getting those autosaves. Interesting. Go to your
There was
I bet it's
one
good.
when I was loading my game. Maybe it just doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, here. If I go to the load
Oh, there
screen,
it
it
is.
shows the
into
option.
the load screen. Yeah, gotcha. Of course.
Yep.
Why would it be in the save screen? Because it you don't save over your autosave. Phew.
I guess
Well,
that'll do it.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Thanks
so
to
much.
everybody who donated tonight, and thanks for Brandon for hanging out with us for 3 hours and
Yeah,
guiding us
thanks
through the game. And
Thanks for showing it. It's,
everyone
Yeah,
should go
this is
buy
a-
it.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is cool. This is cool. You know, as as physical media enthusiasts, I mean, is anything maybe in the works for that?
Oh, you mean like will there be a physical release?
Will
for the
be
game?
a physical release?
Oh yeah, there will be. It's just not. I don't know exactly when, but there will be. We're gonna do it. We're gonna have the game for sure. We may do a CD if we can do a vinyl release. We will. But the problem is,
I am pro CD. If you have just a package that's the game, the CD, and no other crap I don't want, I'm there. That is my favorite thing to buy. Game, CD, nothing else.
Me too. Yeah.
Well, we're rare breeds then, because no one cares about CDs anymore. But I love them.
Oh, that's what all these here are CDs.
Well, looking forward to it. I will be buying it for sure.
Excellent. Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, it's been fun. Thanks for streaming it. It's always interesting to see how people play and what people think of it. It's obviously it's a big team effort, but a lot of since all the writing is me, it's very personal to me. Speaking of which, if you do play it, check out the credits, because we did the credits in a different way. You can check the credits from the title screen if you want. We did the credits in a very different way from. I don't think I've ever seen anyone else do this. We have name, title, and then I describe what they did.
That's
yeah. I watched this when
I've never seen anyone do it. I don't know why, because like the credits are like, it's a free space. Yeah. There's no limit on it. So, we just explained in as plain English as possible what everybody did. So you can like the positive side of this was I want to give everyone proper credit, give everyone credit where it's due. And then on the flip side, I was like, well, if this game fails, we have to just like close the company down. You know exactly what all these people did. Because so often, like when people apply for jobs for working with us, they're like, I worked on this game. And it's like, okay, what did you do? Like, I was a programmer. Okay, but
and made the entire intro animation. See, I already want to hire her.
Yeah. There you go. Animated the entire. It answers your questions for you. So I think it's a fun way to do it. It does make them long, but like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Credits are long sometimes. It's fine, and you can speed it up if you want.
I mean, I can speed. I mean, I want to see
any Sony game.
I want to see it going by at 120 FPS. Like I gotta see how fast it can go. Oh, there it goes. Whoa, it's so much smoother because it's 120 FPS.
That's right. Look
at this. There are a lot of credits here.
There are a lot of we credited everybody that touched it basically, because that was it's important to do that. So like the core of the team is like between 5 and 7 people at any time, but the number of people that touched it in some way, like people who played it for a couple hours and gave feedback, are in here.
Nice.
But I think that's important because they contributed.
It does get to be a little too much when everyone that works at Sony of America
and everybody works
like
at
30 minutes,
every single region. But that's, I mean,
but you know what?
I make it.
They
a point
deserve
to
it.
sit
I sit through it. I'm a stickler.
Any game I play and finish.
I'm a stickler for sitting through the credits. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But for some of those Sony games, it's like 45 minutes to an hour sometimes, and it's still going. How is it still going?
I even sat through a Realm Reborn with all the people that subscribed to 1.0.
Nice.
Ordered a pizza, received the pizza, ate the pizza. It was still going. I did it.
Nice.
I did it. I did it.
That's real work. They should put you in the credits for watching.
Well, I am in the credits for that game because I.
Well, there you go.
Because I played 1.0. They put everyone that played 1.0 in there.
There you go.
You just have to wait and see yourself.
Yeah.
But yeah, I hope everyone has a great week.